It's Monday, October 24th, back here in the studio with a new guest with us in the fourth seat, along with the regulars. That's right, we're here nerding out all about the MCU, talking big stuff in news and rumors. What You Watching is packed, and for the meat, Black Adam finally makes it to theaters with The Rock showing up in the 2022 film. Let's break it down right now. This is Mostly Superheroes. Hello and welcome to Mostly Superheroes. A pursuit for the world's best stories with an emphasis on live action superhero stuff. The giggler's mind is busted.
It's beautiful.
I know it's The Rock today, and this is a cover, obviously, from the YouTube audio library. So it's free. But listen to it. Man, Giggler, how you doing?
I am great, buddy. How are you?
Fantastic. Just had a fantastic dinner. Here with some friends. Nerding out big time. Scotty Scoop. Scoop.
Man, this is nice.
How you doing, Scotty?
Feeling better.
Better than
I was an hour ago.
Oh, man. Now that you're here in this chair, is that what it is?
I think it's the chair, for
sure. It's the chair.
Yeah. A little more cushion.
And this music, by the way, I was like, I want a long one.
That's what she said.
And as we turn it down to introduce a very special fourth chair person, someone that's claimed to want to be on the podcast for a long time now. I've seen him at multiple mostly superhero events. He's a friend of the Giggler, and now by extension, he's a friend of Mostly Superheroes. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sam Z.
Thank you. It's, I have some accolades, but this, my top them all.
This is it.
What accolades?
Welcome.
Going on the resume.
Welcome.
Oh, it's going under experience.
Yes.
For sure.
Anything can make it onto a resume is what I've taught myself.
If it's long enough.
If you are willing to put it on that LinkedIn, if you're willing to type out the words, this is absolute accolade. Sam Z, dude, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. I know we didn't talk payment for my appearance yet, but we can talk about that during the break.
Listen, this isn't public news. We're not just selling segments. We're inviting friends. And, man, we're so happy to have you. We're going to talk about some stuff in your life and some stuff that we've been connected to, actually, through the show that I'm excited to finally bring into the show.
Yeah.
Feels overdue. Before we do that, let's go ahead and check in with Scotty Scoop. You mentioned, Scotty, you're feeling better.
Feeling better.
You want to share?
I had a little surgical procedure done on Friday.
A little outpatient medical
little
help.
Quick snip, snap, snip, snap.
Snip, snip.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
We know what we're talking about.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's the V word.
They fixed me.
Hey,
I've been fixed.
It's over.
It's over. No more kids.
Congratulations.
I'm done.
And you have, how many kids you got?
I have 4.
4 kids.
4 daughters. Done.
This is it.
That's it.
And you were walking us through the procedure. Not what in my head was like, oh, I can't wait for Scotty to tell me about this, hopefully relaxing experience, in and out.
It was not a day at the spa, let me tell you. They took a couple of pills. They gave me a shot. I felt just about everything.
I'm getting queasy. Getting queasy again.
These guys were getting queasy at dinner. Getting queasy all over again.
It's, I guess, a hole large enough for a pair of tweezers. They yanked a tube out.
How many hours ago?
They cut it. So,
Those are
I
the
don't
those
know.
are the
70
tools.
hours?
70 hours.
These are the
Are
tools
these
he
the
used.
tools?
Yeah.
He brought them in.
I feel like
Come
that's
here, buddy.
what they used.
These like if you're watching us, this is a good time to watch this. We got some blade, like some, these blades. If you're-
Wolverine
claws.
if you see them, you know what they are. But
Snicked.
this is what the doctor looked like
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Congratulations. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
I was excited to hear about this experience. This is a real big promotion right now for Skylab chairs.
Yes.
What do we think?
You're doing well. Maybe one of these little pillow things, like
Secret
but
Labs.
on
Secret Labs.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm never gonna get a sponsorship.
on the
I
seat.
was like, what is that?
rewind.
Never gonna get a sponsorship. I can't even say their name. Listen, I told you, I was like, if we have to push the episode back, I was like, we can. But you're here. You're like, I'm excited to get in there.
No, I got to do something to get my mind off the nuts.
This is the welcome to. This is nuts.
Yes.
Giggler.
My nuts are still here.
Hey, I still
No,
got 'em.
no, Stephanie's got those. Steph has those.
Yeah,
How you doing, buddy?
I'm great, man.
You guys had a car stolen.
Yep. Things are going well in my house too, but
I mean, that really happened. Off the street, in front of your house, gone.
yeah, beware of the Kia boys.
The Kia boys.
If anyone, I've been trying to spread awareness of this, but right, it's a
Yeah.
TikTok trend from months ago where if you drive a Kia or a Hyundai from the years of like 2013 to like 2018 that are key starts, anybody can just go in there, pop out that steering column, and start your car with a USB port. So,
And apparently started with a TikTok trend,
yeah, so
is what I've been hearing now.
beware of that bullshit. So,
Hey, stop taking people's cars.
I know. I'm like, and how is this happening? Like, it's happening like 10 times a night in our city. Like, what are people doing?
To
with
be
these?
fair, it's going on everywhere.
Oh yeah, every
you
city.
would think so.
Me and my
yeah.
boys.
Your insurance just gonna
Kia boys.
say to take care of it. You're just gonna get it like they'll like here's a check.
Yeah, I got the insurance money and just trying to find a new
Nice.
vehicle is a little stressful now.
You guys going to the
Feel
Kia
like
place?
Bentley.
No, it makes it
Do you
easy
have
when you
any
can just
key ignitions? I'd
Yeah,
love to buy that.
yeah, you can knock out 2 car dealers from our search. That makes
Hey.
the only thing making this any easier.
You save yourself a little money. I'm sure there's a Kia right up the road that you could just take.
You are not
Yeah.
the first person to tell me that, and you might be right. Or I could just find one exactly that looked like Steph's and just take it myself. But
Real life happening.
instead, I'll be a good person and just buy things instead of stealing them. What a crazy thought.
Well, some people can't afford to do it, but you shouldn't steal something.
I agree.
It's a complicated problem, but it doesn't seem that complicated. It seems like it's easy to steal Kias.
Yeah.
That's it.
I got a great deal on mine. It felt like I stole it. So
All right,
I like
man.
yours too.
this guy in the 4C, I'm gonna give it for you again. Sam Z. And I'll just say
Thank
Sam,
you.
It's Sam Zeller.
Sam Zeller, give him what they want.
Yeah, but again, I like the nickname Samzy.
Samsy.
I like it.
It's a first.
dude. Who the hell are you?
Well, I'm one of Hun's, probably Hun's best friend,
Exactly.
the giggler here.
If he's doing it right.
Yeah, I mean if he's lucky, but no.
How long you guys known each other?
I'm just laughing at the Twitch comment that we just got
What we got?
from Tegan. That
We're live
said,
on Twitch.
Dad, this is getting a little detailed.
It's okay. Listen, when you're
I'm sorry that I.
No, that's
Whoops.
worth interjecting.
hey, whenever your
This is
dad
for the fans.
when your dad is on a worldwide podcast, this is it. You're part of this life now. How do you think Joe Rogan's kids feel?
Whole
Right.
family gets roped in.
That's right.
But I would say, in hindsight, we have been friends for
God,
a decade now.
I don't
Probably,
even. Yeah, probably a
probably
decade.
right after I was left Mizzou. You were still there for a couple years, and I
Yeah.
remember going with a bunch of our mutual friends like Zach, Dom, and all the boys.
I just
we
knew
went
you
down
were-
there, and I was like, once you graduate from Mizzou, you just need to find a place to stay when you go back. And
I had
they
a pretty
a
sweet
nice, a
house.
sweet house, and I was like, I'll just sleep on your floor.
That
And it was a
perfect
crazy
level.
weekend
You
where
can destroy it, but you can also live there.
a lot of
Yes.
crazy things happened, and I've never been back to Mizzou since.
And Mizzou, yes, Columbia, Missouri, a few hours away. Now you're here in St. Louis.
Yeah.
How long you been in St. Louis?
My whole life. I've been in downtown St. Louis since the city proper, 2017.
The real city.
Oh, I live downtown on Wash Ave.
That's like
I
that.
started the Kia boys.
Dude, I was gonna say a lot of
And
people.
For the record, it's boys and girls.
A lot of people locally, when you say that, probably go,
All
"Oh my
inclusive.
goodness! Oh gosh!" Like,
Oh yeah, it's when I moved down there, they were like, "What are you doing?"
yes,
And it was actually fine. We used to go down Hair of the Dog.
Yeah, I loved it.
You used to come all the time. It
Hair
was-
of the Dog. I mean, classic spot.
Yeah,
But now
little plug.
you're married. You got
I
a
got
kid.
a 10. He's ending his journey. I'm just starting. I got a 10-month-old,
Yes, you're still 20 years out from your snip.
33 years old with a beautiful 10-month-old baby.
The
I
name.
almost brought him
And what's his name?
uninvited. I was like, I'm just gonna show up with a baby to this
I
thing.
wouldn't even.
What's
care.
he? What's
Yeah,
he?
I
What's he
wouldn't
go
care
by?
either. I
He
love
goes by
babies.
Ari. Ari Jacob.
Right.
It sounds like a handbag.
AJ.
No, AJ.
You don't like it.
No.
Oh,
His
no.
middle name's Jacob. Ari Jacob Zeller.
Oh, good. You're already making all his decisions for him.
Yeah.
I'm making that one for him for sure.
Sam, so good to have you.
Yeah.
We see you at Well Spent. We see you at the mostly superheroes online and offline. We see you in real life. You've been a supporter of the show. Thank you. And good to have you to talk about Black Adam, which you saw last night.
I did.
And
this
by
is-
yourself.
that is how much of a commitment I make to you guys.
And 8 p.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah, it started at 8:30. I haven't been doing a movie in a little bit. That was 30 minutes of previews.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I am not gonna lie. I'm gonna need you guys to carry the weight on this one because I fell asleep about 6 times
In the movie?
in the movie.
Oh,
now
God.
we're talking
My fans are so pumped. They're like,
Micro.
oh, good.
micro.
Good.
Okay, 33 with a 10-month-old. All right,
Yeah.
micro sleeps.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like
Real life.
every it'd be like 2 seconds sleeping. Oh, something's happening.
Yep.
But I don't think I missed anything.
You probably only slept
you
during
did
like
not.
dialogue.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, this guy's already got an opinion. I'm excited.
ooh, yeah,
All right, so
I have enough to make an informed opinion.
yes. And you're a movie watcher, you're a story lover. What are you
Yeah.
into?
I was a sucker for the Marvel universe
They
from the get go.
they sucked you in.
They sucked me in, and it gets a little drawn out now and convoluted for some. I can't imagine having to start that from scratch,
Yeah.
but I'm still a fan to this day. So
All right, well, we're going to talk about a lot of MCU today. It's going to cover across the board, and man, so glad to have you. Guys, welcome back to the show. This is Mostly Superheroes. Everywhere out there, Patreon, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, all over the internet, pretty much ubiquitous at this point. If you're looking for Mostly Superheroes, you're looking for the go-to TV and film crew, this is it, and we are back for our 12th episode in our 3rd season, and yes, so excited to have Sam in the 4th seat. And Sam, we've talked about an organization here. We've talked about what you guys are about a little bit here and there from me, from Andy. So excited to hear as from the horse's mouth, as they say. Tell us, please, about Team Jakey.
Team Jakey, do you want me to start at 1989? How much time do we have?
I want you to give me the give me the 5-10 minute version.
We'll go with under 5.
Okay.
I think I can do it in
Because
under.
you probably have multiple versions at this point. You know this.
Yeah.
It's been many
You
years.
can strip it down. I've been on the radio talking about this.
Exactly. So I want you to
Uh,
bring that expertise. I don't want the half-ass.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you've been through this enough. No, I'm just kidding. You tell me what you want to tell me because I'm excited for our listeners to hear
Yeah,
about Team
yeah.
Jakey.
I don't want to turn the mood.
No, it's time.
We got to keep it high.
No, we don't.
Okay.
This is it.
Well, it'll go up and down anyway.
It's exactly right. This is you come to Mostly Superheroes for the real life.
All right. Well, okay.
True.
So I had a twin brother back in '89. That was the start of that. And then he got a job. We left college. He got a job. He was just a dude that just everybody liked him. More than me, easily. Funny, charismatic. You just would never have thought in a million years. So he moves to Oklahoma City. He's there for 3 months. I knew he's depressed. And we get a phone call, I get a text at 7 p.m. that night. And it's one of those text messages. It was a text message from a friend of his that said they hadn't heard from him. And then she sends a text message he sent her. And it's one of those text messages you never want to read in your entire life. So right then and there, at 7:30 p.m., I knew you just feel it in your chest that it was over. And then, I tell my parents I think something's going on without putting them into freak mode immediately.
Right.
Yep. So that was an interesting kind of line to toe. And then, we call the police. And granted, I mean, we're in St. Louis, and this is going on in Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
So we feel like we can't do anything.
5 hours.
And we're talking to Oklahoma people, Oklahoma police officers. And we get the call. At this point, I think there's 20-something people at my house, just family members that are showing their support, what's going on. Get that call at like 1:30 in the morning. And at this point, my brother, older brother, is driving home from Minneapolis, 10-hour drive. So, we get that phone call, and it was an absolute train wreck,
Mm-hmm.
a mess. haunting. So, that's the dirty part. That is something you never want to live. And like I said, we didn't see it coming. It just, he wasn't that guy. It doesn't fit the normal signs you might see in a mental health crisis. So then, let's skip ahead 6 months. It's 2014, the summer. My sister says, hey, there's this organization called the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And we can make a team. They have this walk every year, the Out of the Darkness walk. We should make a team and let's try to flip the script. Let's try to find some good. And at this point, none of us are still in a good place. I mean, I'm surprised I'm not fired from work. For a month I stopped showing up. And I think we're just trying to find a way out of that sadness and that, that perpetual cycle of just pain that we were going through. And we started Team Jakey as part of the AFSP, as a team in that walk. And I think the first year, you're testing me now, that over $20,000 raised. We had a cornhole tournament, our first tournament.
Mm-hmm.
On a whim, my uncle was like, let's try to have a tournament. We had a fundraiser, a craft beer seller as well, trying to raise a couple bucks. And we had this tournament, and it raised like $2,400 the first year.
Shit.
And that was like 50. How many, Hun, you were there? How many?
Yeah, probably 30, 40.
Yeah, I mean,
50?
it was for something that was planned in a spur of the moment, 2 weeks. We did it in 2 weeks. We were like, cool. But we ended up raising over $20,000. Number one team in St. Louis, because they used to rank them back then. But we've been, skip ahead now, 9 more years, consecutively 9-time number one fundraising team for 9 years in a row.
I'll give it up for that.
Yeah. So it's really, we've done some really cool events. We had a really interesting one at Four Hands, partnered with Second Shift Brewery.
Nice.
It was Sip Out the Stigma or something of that sort. It's been a few years since that one, but that was really cool. A bunch of people just showed up, and they had a panel of people from the different breweries in the St. Louis area talking about their own struggles with mental health and kind of the stigma that's within the craft beverage industry group. And it ended up being a open mic.
Yeah.
It wasn't just industry group people. It was just people getting up there that were listening.
Ready to share.
And there was 50 people there just listening, like, hey, I didn't even know this was going on today. Can I get on the mic? And, you got people crying, and it was so deep and like heavy. Like, I was like, whoa, what did we just do here?
Yeah.
But it was really neat. And then we have this cornhole tournament every year, and it's just grown and grown and grown. In this past year, we just had our ninth annual tournament. We did $50,000 in sales, top revenue, and $38,000 net.
What
So
the
we raised
hell? I gotta give it up
$38,000
again.
for a cornhole tournament.
And this money goes back to, say it again, for like people like me that are not,
So-
like you're teaching me, Like,
Yeah.
what is the organization called?
So we primarily the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, AFSP. But this year, we've started to look not just American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, but there's other St. Louis organizations that could use our help, our ability to raise money and spread the message.
Mm.
So this year we also, wrote Provident Behavioral Health in St. Louis a check. They do a lot of the national crisis hotline. They man that, and they do a bunch of other great stuff. I implore the listeners to check out American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Check out Provident. And we're going to start getting more involved with other organizations as the years go by. And next year is our 10th annual. So it's gonna be big.
It's gonna be a big one.
And the cornhole tournament already is big. We get some
Oh
of the
my
best
God.
raffles. Dare I say, maybe the best raffles in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Maybe Missouri.
Really great.
I've
I'm-
never seen better.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
anywhere I've ever
I'm
been.
gonna give it up for a couple reasons.
Real quick,
Please.
$300,000. We've raised
Yeah,
over
total.
$300,000,
$300,000.
and we're talking just a family, and friends.
Yeah, I would say this money.
We can't do it without
Yes.
our supporters, our
Right.
friends, because at the end of the day, the cornhole tournament just in itself is a huge lift. I'm reaching out to all kinds of people to make that happen.
Yeah.
So, but over $300,000 in 9 years.
Kudos to all your success in terms of the money and the raise going toward helping people. And even more special, thank you for sharing that with us here. It's mostly superheroes, but like we preach a lot on this
Yep.
show over the time. Like, we are real people coming in here,
Mhm.
from the days, and we know we're living amongst all of us, and days get dark.
Yeah.
And St. Louis too, you know, it can be a little bit of a stigma to ever talk about anything remotely about not being 100%. You know, if you're not 100%,
we don't want to hear it.
we don't want to hear about it. If you're not
Yeah.
good, change the conversation. Like these are themes that I'm recognizing as I get older, and it's not really. I shouldn't say that about St. Louis. I'm just saying like I grew up around here, and small towns, and the way it can go. And I know that like there's a lot of folks out there. I don't care where you're from, locally or worldwide, where you probably maybe have felt that you're on your own and that it's getting too hard. And whenever I hear about In the Stigma, can you talk about In the Stigma?
I mean, that's
the campaign,
that's
right?
really
it's
this
that
logo.
cut and dry.
I think we just came out with this logo last year because I thought, you know what, we have Team Jakey, that logo, and I love it. It's people, you know, they see that and they know who we are. But if they don't know who we are, I'm like, we need something else.
Yeah,
we need something that's, you know, a tagline, and that's what we're trying to do at the end of the day.
Yeah,
is, you know, if I can't go out there and individually save lives, I can't go and save somebody's life from suicide, but I can try to create an environment where it's much harder to make that decision.
Yeah.
I think End the Stigma is doing that.
Yeah.
And Team Jakey is helping do that, and our supporters, our friends.
I want to talk about, we'll transition this to like fun, like you said, because you guys had some events, I want to hear about them. Someone that's struggling, what do they do right now? They can go to, you go to your Facebook.
Yeah.
That Team Jakey's on Facebook. Team Jakey in memory of Jake Zeller. They find you on Facebook. Where else do they go?
Check out the Missouri chapter of the AFSP.
I imagine there's resources, things to read.
Yeah.
Someone to reach out to has got to be first. You know, so there's a call, there's a number.
First thing you need to do is tell somebody how you're feeling.
Tell someone.
It doesn't even matter if it's a trusted coworker and that's all you have.
Yeah.
Then that's all you have, but you have to tell somebody.
Yeah.
And even if you think this is, I don't know if I want to start this. This seems like a ball I don't want to get rolling. Just do it. It'll be better in the end.
Hell, even start with a little affirmation in the mirror.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like
it's okay not to be okay.
It's okay not to be okay. Is a big takeaway. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that in.
Tons of resources. Check out Provident in St. Louis. Check out our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Check out AFSP.
Yeah. The 9th annual cornhole tournament. Andy.
Oh man.
Yeah, how did it go? We jumped in on this. We got a gift basket together for this. Another event that we'll talk about. How'd the cornhole tournament go?
I had so much fun. Honestly, they do an amazing job. Like I can't believe when you were like going up to it and you were saying how excited you were for our basket. I was like, come on, man. Like you guys have a crazy amount. Like there's like a lawnmower, barbecue pits, just everything you could ever think of.
Coolers galore.
Cool. Yeah. Everything. Like so many great
bourbon basket,
great, like donations and stuff. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, and there was a good amount of raffle entries in ours, and I was very proud.
Yes.
They promised they weren't all mine.
We gave away
only one was.
We gave away a T-shirt. We got a T-shirt. I won the T-shirt right now. We did a content coupon. Your nephew won.
Yeah, I don't even know if he knew he won.
How old is he?
He's 14, 15. He's a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, he should know how things work a little bit.
Yeah,
how a raffle works.
Didn't you pick my name out of it first?
Yeah,
right?
Actually, Hun won it.
I only put one in there, and I was
the
like,
giggler.
I better not. I better not. No, you can say whatever you want. I don't care if people know my last name. It's in all of my social media, so it's all good.
It's Andy Hun.
Yes.
He lives off Gersh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Get your license.
It's a house without a car in front of it.
That's a real story.
Hey, he's got I won't say that.
All right. So, but you had a good time. The raffle was successful. What was it like? What's a couple other big raffles you had there? I want to get people excited for year 10.
Oh, I mean, we also have silent auction that we had 11 bottles of bourbon that went for $1,500.
Damn.
And there were some nice hitters, and I already got some really good ones lined up. Let's see,
there's like a nice watch. Everything you can possibly think of. It's
and
just.
We do a all-inclusive suite to the Cardinals game. We auction off 10 of those tickets in one item. So,
wow.
And that same guy wins that every year. He's like, this is a no-brainer. He goes, boom, here's my money.
All of them.
Yeah, and we actually tend that. A good amount of Team Jakey people go to that one. But always some high-dollar Yetis.
A lot of
putters.
Stuff. Oh, I
already have a Scotty Cameron lined up for next year. So
every year
nice.
I always win a big Jack Daniels prize of some kind. I have a Jack Daniels dartboard now, a Jack Daniels like really nice chair in my backyard, like a nice wooden.
Jack Daniels comes out huge for us.
I got a Jack Daniels cooler,
Yeah.
speaker, like everything.
So this is
I don't even like.
They gave us
And-
AirPods this year.
and this is a more the merrier type thing, right? Like this is like it's the bigger you get, the better it goes. The more money there is, the more people that get helped.
For sure. And it's like we have so many raffles. We want almost like it'd be ideal for us. Like if everybody was they donate to come and they pay a kind of a higher price to play cornhole. But we hope that everybody goes home with something. That's so neat. If you could be like, yeah, I just attended and I came home with cornhole boards or a cooler.
And you know what else I like about these events is like I've learned it's always better to share your experiences with people. Like there's just something about that back and forth to let it out. Like maybe this is like the type of event exactly where you should just go to hang out and have some fun and throw some cornhole, enter a raffle, and like hell, man, we would. We'll give more gifts in the future.
Yeah.
We'll sponsor somebody to go if you couldn't go. Like if you're like, this sounds fun as hell. I need to be part of this.
It's all you can eat, all you can drink. 10
all
years,
inclusive.
All inclusive. It's a great time. So
all right, guys, check out Team Jakey. Sam, thanks for sharing.
thank you for having me.
Facebook, Team Jakey, in memory of Jake Zeller. Check out the organization one more time.
AFSP, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and Provident Behavioral Health.
You're not alone. Get some help.
Yeah.
We're here. Write us into the show. If you got no one else, write us in.
Awesome point. If you have no one,
mostlysuperheroes.com/contact. I promise you we'll respond. All right. You also had a golf tournament that we gave a basket to as well. Who won that one?
That was I don't know who it was. It was
so someone's out there.
It was a random person that won it. So,
Someone's got to
if you get a response from one of the barcodes, we might be in for a nice new guest.
And
I don't know. I think she was someone. It was a woman. She was probably in her 40s or so. It's like she might be winning that for a kid or something. You never know.
She's like, I'm 28.
You diver. She's like, wow, that show.
Yeah, wow, mostly superheroes. Ageist fucks. Sorry, there was another F-bomb.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe she's listening right now.
Hey, send in your content coupon and your nephew too.
You know what? The age group's right there. You're just covering the gamut. Diversify, baby.
We're in. We're open audience.
Oh yeah, but everyone was. There were some people bidding on this thing.
Okay,
for sure. There was people were trying to get. This one was at the golf tournament. It was for Huntington's Disease Society of America, which I do a golf tournament there every year. Huntington's disease runs in my dad's side of the family, so it's basically like a mixture of having like Alzheimer's with ALS and Parkinson's all at the same time. Just absolutely terrible. Luckily, I'm in the clear and will not be getting that disease. Luckily, it's hereditary, and my father did not get it, so you basically have a 50% chance of.
Yikes!
So it's pretty rough. Like I've lost a few aunts and uncles, grandparents. So it's a terrible disease. But we do this tournament every year. Luckily I got about 12 of my buddies to play this year. So
wow. Just another great turnout, all day event.
We upped the turnout this year for sure. It was at Crescent Farms. I think I bought this hat there. Actually, yeah.
Yep.
It's a nice hat.
Thank you.
Can next year not be the day after the cornhole tournament?
Right.
Yeah, you guys are back to back.
I would love to go to this.
Yes, you'll be
too much.
But yeah, it was a good time. That was a silent auction. I think we got about $5,000 I think for it or something like that. It was going pretty high.
Very nice, man. Hey, that is. Thanks for sharing, Andy. Always good to bring this stuff in because at the end of the day, we're always getting the same thing. There's somebody doesn't have it as good as you. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And there's usually like something little you can do to just help out a little, a lot sometimes. We found out I liked making these gift baskets.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie and I had a good time making them. I know it's like now we're in trouble.
Check them out. They look great.
I mean, we got content coupon. We got the T-shirt. We did Fandango gift card. We did candy for the movies and a popcorn bucket with the Mostly Superheroes theme. I'm tell you what, man. If you're going to one of these events, you're like, we need one of these. Me and Carrie already decided another thing. Just email us. We'll send you one. Like we'll put this together. You're like, I don't know how to put together a basket. I need to go to one of these. This is something we could easily throw together for folks, but. Definitely want to be involved. Team Jakey, more Huntington's disease events, things that, definitely impact the crew here, actually, literally us. It's always good to help a cause, but whenever it touches you personally, it's just a little easier to go that extra mile to do something fun for a good cause.
100%.
Absolutely.
Guys, we had a great dinner, too. Got to highlight a local restaurant transitioning here. We had it last time we were here in the studio. the Crow's Nest in Maplewood just becoming a classic, a metal brunch fan right here. Saturday, Sunday, had it yesterday, and I'm eating there with you guys again. I had Karen's chicken. What'd you have, Andy?
I had the honey hot chicken. Phenom.
Sandwich.
Yes. So
Scotty?
good. So good.
Frisco melt.
And?
Delicious.
Yeah, well, I didn't even see it. It was gone so quick.
Yeah.
And
Loved it.
he's got an eating disorder.
Yeah.
So. Just kidding. We're not just doing only diseases today.
And if you do call in,
And if you do, tell us. Sam, what'd you have?
I had the Karen's chicken as
Oh.
well.
First timer.
Chicken salad, yeah. It was. I'm a first timer. I'm sold.
You're in.
I'm in.
And you live somewhat nearby? I forget already.
I live in Benton Park.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not that
nice.
far.
Not that far at all. Crow's Nest, I think probably one of the best kitchens in the city. Like, people don't even realize, like, it's elevated bar food. It's pretty good. You got to go check it out. They're in Maplewood, the Crow's Nest, for sure. Let's highlight some fans.
Fan mail.
Got a few things to highlight this time. We do have a phone number we want you to call. We want you to text. We are live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. 754-CALL-LOG. That's 754-225-5564. The phone is plugged in. We could answer it, or we might call you back. So give us a call, give us a text. You could hear from us. We have a Facebook group, Mostly Superhero Squad. It's exclusive, it's free, it's private, and you got to get in there if you want to have some fun with us. And also, another What You Eatin' in fan mail.
I like that.
Local diner, Southwest Diner. I've been eating there about 9 years. Hands down, to me personally, best brunch in town. I think you got to try it. And there was some big news there recently. I've been eating there for years, like I said, about 8 years. And I've been going there. You know, the podcast is coming up on, 2.5 years old. They've seen us in there, so much so that one of the servers in there, Adam, put our sticker on his book. And literally, Carrie and I didn't even know. We were just eating there. He lays it down. And I'm like, whoa, that's our sticker. And they have another place inside that is like their place for stickers. It's on an old air conditioning vent. Like a big,
Did you big time him? Do you know who I am?
Well, basically, I connected with Michael there. Michael, I'm going to call you out. Dude, this guy said that he thought about starting a podcast once that was Jackie Chan movies only. Yeah, I saw
Pretty
you.
niche.
Hey guys, the silence to you you probably thought like no one cares. Their faces, everyone's
up.
jaw was on the ground just now. And Michael said that he would come on the pod,
Do it.
calling him out again. And in that moment, I just kind of stopped and I go, "Hey, what's it take to get this sticker up on that vent?" And he just took it out of my hand and whoop, smacked it on there.
Nice.
And it was a 2 years in the making. Southwest Diner in St. Louis. I'm telling you, parties 2 to 8. I feel like that's your magic spot. They got an outdoor area now though, so maybe bigger even. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
little shop, Southwest food. I don't know if you guys have
It's
been.
delicious.
Never been.
Scotty, you've
I went there for the first time about a month ago, and
Oh.
I will be going back very soon.
It's
and
fantastic.
you've been going.
Been going.
I mean, it's amazing. Southwest Diner, check it out. Thanks for the love. We got your sticker in here too. This banner is covering it up now, but it's right behind here. Southwest Diner.
I swear it's right back there.
I
It is.
swear,
I recall
really
it.
is.
I see it. I used to see it all the time.
And you might remember, fans, we were giving away vinyls on the show. That's right. We love music. We got a special treat for you music fans later in the episode today, something we've never, ever done before. And that's where this started, too. Giving away vinyls was not something we had ever done before. And I'm so happy and pleased to share. We have given away our Coheed and Cambria Vaxxus 2
Window of the Waking Mind.
It happened. I mean, this band and this album, I just can't even. I still listen to this album all the time. I can't stop. Congratulations to Matthew S. in London.
London.
Oh, London, Missouri?
London, UK.
I'm from
The-
London.
The London.
The real London. This guy he won. I emailed him. He emailed me back. We had a great back and forth, and he's already got his vinyl in hand. Matthew is super grateful, so happy and pleased to share a winning with somebody in Europe. Like we have
Worldwide.
we have worldwide listeners, and now we've literally
Worldwide.
mailed.
Worldwide.
That might. Are you going to charge them for the extra shipping?
Well, I definitely was like,
He actually doesn't get it.
I was just prepared for him to be like, this never came, and I'd be like, that's just it then, because I don't know how London works. Matthew, so great to hear from you. Appreciate you checking out the show. And yeah, we're always going to give away more vinyls. There's a QR code on your screen. If you're watching this on your TV, scan it right now. We have another contest going right now to win some merch, and we're going to give away some more vinyls as well. All right, let's talk about some news.
News and rumors.
You might know about the MCU if you listen to this podcast, and the news is all about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to do some timers to keep us on track. 1 minute to break this one down. Some MCU movie delays. Scotty, break it down for us.
Blade lost their director, Bassam Tariq.
And now it's gone from November 3rd, 23 to September 6th, 24.
Moving back.
All right, what else?
That move back pushed some other movies back. Deadpool 3, move back. Fantastic Four, move back. An untitled Marvel film. We don't even know about it.
But it's delayed.
It's delayed.
And then Avengers Secret
Wars.
What? From November 7th, 2025 to, almost a full year. I'm not really. Probably 8 months.
It's like 6 months.
May 1st, 2026.
Yeah.
And then another untitled.
Another untitled
So
movie.
what is this? Is this the same stuff as before?
This is just, it's par for the course.
Is
we knew it was going to happen.
This is the game, right?
Yeah.
Release the schedule, move the schedule.
Move the schedule.
Okay. A lot of delays.
Just got to hope it's not moving it 5 more times.
Right.
Or another global pandemic F's everything up
We
again.
got to
Why'd
find
you
a
even say
director
it?
for Blade.
Why'd
Please
you even
no.
say it?
Thanks. Knock on wood, Andy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Dude.
Thanks to Variety for that one. Appreciate it. Next up, we have in the MCU still Armor Wars, Don Cheadle's Iron Man-centric TV show on Disney Plus, set to release, probably, what was that, 25, 24, maybe 24 probably.
24 probably.
A TV show has now been deemed it's going to be a movie. Coming out of Marvel.com, actually, announced by The Hollywood Reporter, Marvel Studios' upcoming Armor Wars is, starring Rhodey, of course, now making the jump to a theatrical release, according to The Hollywood Reporter, during the development process for the series. It was decided that the story being told was better suited for a feature film. What do you think about this, Giggler? I mean, this is a TV show that's Disney Plus. They're like, this is better for a movie.
RDJ's coming back.
No, he's not.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
You
I
think
don't know. I mean, I was trying
Confirmed?
to think make sure you hit play. We're already.
I know. I was
It's
like,
all right.
it's
It's
too
all
late.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll wrap it up. On that.
Anyways,
I'm excited.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
What do you got, Sam?
Well, I just like that it's going from a show to the movie. Right
Yeah.
there, your budget's skyrocketing, and the graphics are going to be CGI is going to be a lot better.
It's going to be pretty good.
I'm pretty harsh on the Disney Plus shows.
I mean, I meant
CGI
that. I
wise?
meant that in
Yeah.
the sense that it could be like a flashback of RDJ.
Yeah,
of
maybe.
Iron Man. You never know.
Or
I
maybe,
mean, if it's a story about, it's primarily on Rhodey. Like, how could you not?
and it's not mentioned in the news and rumors today, but we
But-
also got a recent trailer for Secret Invasion, and he's in that, it looks like.
Right? Yeah. I was gonna
Yeah.
say he's in like the background of just about everything. Like he was
Falcon
in-
Winter Soldier.
He was in that. I mean, he's there. I think he's growing up to be probably a bigger part, and who knows, he might be the next like leader.
Remember Iron Man
We
2?
were talking about that. Yeah,
Or Iron Man 1.
I do.
Next time.
Different guy.
Next time. And then they were like,
Never
no,
happened.
never
Nope.
gonna happen. All right, well, there you go. Armor Wars movie coming out. Can't wait. How about this news?
Oh, man.
Oh, I love that picture.
This is one of those bittersweet news, I think, for sure. And
Yeah.
like, I honestly thought like kind of soon, like it happened, like it was like so quick. You might have heard William Hurt passed away just recently. William Hurt, who plays General Thunderbolt Ross, has been playing him since
2008,
I mean,
2007.
Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we go. We got confirmation out of MovieWeb that Harrison Ford is joining the MCU and going to be playing this character, Thunderbolt, in the new Thunderbolts movie. I want to give it up, but I'm like, this guy died.
He died.
But I'll give it up
Like,
for.
they
I'll just do a
completely,
little guy.
How
they
old was he? This
completely
is news.
rewrote an entire movie because of a star that died, and here they just recast him.
Yeah, and it's definitely picking and choosing. And
Yeah.
I thought about Chadwick Boseman during all this, and I thought like how the decision-making process is like around the character, and they're like, well, this is okay, but they're like, we're gonna make a whole different movie about Black Panther now. You know,
Yeah.
it's definitely they pick and choose. Definitely, this is one that they just replaced. What do you think?
Wow, I never thought of it that way. But I mean, definitely sad. But I love Harrison Ford, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do here, especially with this spoiler-ish photo that's kind of there.
Yeah, I know. It's are we getting Red Hulk? I mean, MovieWeb seems to think we're getting Red
It
Hulk.
looks
Red
cool.
Hulk, that's
it
it.
looks
Okay.
cool.
Are you a fan?
This is all news to me. I didn't even know that actor died.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
Yeah.
man.
he was
Well-
he was having health problems, and then it happened. I mean, I want to say it was only like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty recently.
And that's why
What
when I
was
saw
I?
this, I was like, this Thunderbolts movie is still a year out. I guess they're just trying to. I mean, there's strategy behind how they announce this stuff, but there you
well,
go.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be in Captain America: New World Order as well.
right.
Yeah, of course,
Mm.
right?
I think he's just he's ready to be in something soon, and it's going to be maybe sooner than we think.
Yeah.
Well, it's like-
but based on the timing.
But I see what you mean, Scotty, because it's like it's not like they retired the character.
Right.
They were like, no, we'll just recast him.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
not-
just recast
It's not a
him.
big deal. Okay, so we also have. This is what I'm most excited about right now, and the next one is the breaking news that happened today. So don't worry. Silver Surfer project MCU in the works, according to CBR.com. Scotty, read this one for us.
According to the Cosmic Circus, Marvel is developing a Silver Surfer solo project in Disney Plus's special presentation format. The project will feature Norrin Rad, aka the Silver Surfer, working for Galactus in the far corners of the cosmos. Rad will reportedly not be on Earth in the special presentation, nor will any previously established Marvel Cinematic Universe cosmic characters appear. However, Marvel is reportedly planning for this Silver Surfer project to be released ahead of Fantastic Four, suggesting the Disney Plus special and the film might be linked.
I mean, what do you think?
Oh, this is definitely the way to go.
This is your news. This is the news you're waiting on.
This is it.
This is what I'm waiting on.
This is, it makes me kind of wonder, no other established Marvel Cinematic Universe cosmic characters appear.
And this is going to be a lot like, it sounds like Halloween by Night, or Werewolf by
Werewolf
Night.
by Night.
That's just like
Special
maybe
presentation,
hour and a half.
50,
hour and
hour and a
15
half.
minutes. We'll get an origin. Of course, we'll see Galactus,
And
And
live
this-
action,
yeah.
like probably.
for sure.
I mean, this is going to be Silver Surfer. Like, all I'm picturing is that Rise of the Silver Surfer movie. Sam, are you a fan of this character?
I'm a fan of the character, not a fan of those prior movies very much. The Fantastic Four movies. That
Yeah.
didn't exactly do it for me. Well, Jessica Alba did,
Mm-hmm.
but the rest. I'm excited for you. It's going to be like you said, a special
Special presentation.
one-off.
Yes, one-off. And I mean, I'm just going back to, I'm not a huge animated guy in terms of like watching. I really don't watch a ton of cartoons. I mean, I fell in love with the Silver Surfer cartoon on Disney Plus. It's like 3 or 4 seasons, unbelievable. I think the character and what they go through is like just a really unique type of thing, to where it's just so grand, but yet so like personal, kind of hinting in the back of what's going on with Norrin Rad. Super pumped to see this come into the present day MCU. Giggler.
I completely agree, and it's for the same reason. You got me to watch the cartoon show, and I was like, I did not expect to enjoy it that much as I did. And I was like, from that, I was like, all right, they start talking about Fantastic Four finally being in the MCU. So then I had to rewatch watch for the first time all of those Fantastic Four movies, and I'm ready for this for sure.
Yeah, you had fun watching them.
Oh, I did.
They're a
I
good
did.
time.
I did. If you know what to expect, I just think at the time we were expecting those movies maybe to be like Avengers level movies.
I mean,
Like,
Kevin
I
Feige
don't know.
produced those too. Like he was.
I enjoyed those
I do
movies.
too, and I feel like those Fantastic Four movies. I've said this on the show before. Feel MCU.
Yeah,
like they
for
feel
sure.
they have that kind
What
of.
was
Not-
the other remake? Who
the-
did that one with
That was with Josh Trank,
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan,
and Teller? What is his name?
Miles
Teller.
Teller.
Miles
Miles
Teller.
Teller. Yeah, Fan Fort Stick. That's what it was.
Well, there you go. Silver Surfer fans, get ready. It is in the works. And then today, a big trailer drop for a movie coming out in February.
February.
Ant-Man 3. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania trailer is here. Kang is on the screen for the first time. We're getting a look at this story. Holy cow, I had goosebumps. I got to give it up right away. I mean, I watched it and was just...
I can't believe you watched the trailer.
I already told you guys, this is the first trailer. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. What have I always said? I'll watch the first one.
All right.
I'm not like...
What was the moment you said no more trailers? What
What-
movie was it?
It was
It was Thor Ragnarok, really, because the second trailer came on, and I didn't like have a choice. I was in the theater,
Mhm.
and I was really upset. 'Cause
See, I think it was the Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
Yeah, where's it? Multiverse.
Oh, are you talking about the
Doctor
animated
Strange
one?
or the
Um, Yeah, Doctor Strange one.
Okay.
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. Yeah,
Yes,
slipped my
that
mind.
was it. That was it.
That was for me. I was like, all right, I'm.
It was
I'm
the Thor:
calling
Love and
it.
Thunder trailer.
It was the Thor: Love and
I was
Thunder
sitting
trailer,
right next to you,
and I just go,
and you're like, I guess I'm watching this.
I go, I guess I'm watching this. And then they showed like 5 things, and I guess they're showing that. I guess they're showing that. I guess they're showing that. And that is what they'll do on this next movie. They'll just show you what's gonna happen, mostly, or they'll lie to you.
See, the Doctor Strange movie, that did it for me. I was like, I'm no more trailers.
Now,
Yep.
this is my philosophy on it. First trailer's fine. First trailer, you got to see it.
Yeah.
Like, how else are you
Like,
going
I
to
got to
be
know what
excited
the movie is about.
And it's exciting, especially in the MCU now because there's so much happening. You kind of want to know the direction you're going, which like Marvel's picked up on, right? Like they've like started laying out like longer plans so that people can like,
yeah.
I don't know, appease the fans, I guess.
That Multiverse of Madness trailer was very, very shooting you off in one direction. And I feel like I wasn't there to see that movie.
I know. Like
100%.
It was different.
It just seemed like it lied.
Yeah.
Like it was just totally different.
Straight up lied to me.
All right, Andy, what'd you think of the trailer, man? You saw Kang. You
I
saw
just
them
couldn't-
popping around the Quantumverse.
I just couldn't wait to see Kang.
You're
And I
pumped.
can't believe they showed him already. I thought they'd be leading that up to later trailers, and seeing him already like in full suit already.
I think at this point they've announced Avengers Kang Dynasty, so they're like, we're going to show you where this is headed.
Yeah, but he's the next Thanos. Like what have we seen so far? We've seen He Who Remains. That's it.
Yeah, and he's
I
like,
was going to say, I'm wondering if we saw multiple versions of Kang
Exactly.
in this trailer.
I'm thinking the same thing.
like, yeah,
Because we know there's many versions of Kang.
they're going to bop around for a little bit until they land on the one that's going to like make a difference.
The evil one.
Yeah, the most
this-
evil one.
Yes.
This movie looks fun as hell.
Yes.
Bill Murray, amazing.
Yeah, like that was like, I was almost like,
Bill,
You're not gonna-
Bill Murray's.
Yes.
just this.
You
Like,
watch,
I was like, that was like, you're
I
not,
still need to watch the trailer. So
you watch I Think You Should Leave, right?
Yeah.
20-second mark of the trailer, you'll have a nice cameo that pops in.
really,
Yes.
okay.
I guess he wasn't reading your group chat earlier.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh, I
It's
yeah.
great. He didn't. Yeah.
All right, Sam, what do you think?
I'm excited. I have to watch this
You
trailer.
haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. But yeah, I mean, I was a huge fan. I said I was hard on the Disney Plus shows, but I was a big fan of Loki. So getting a little taste of what we have here, I'm excited to see this.
All right, it's out there. Go see it. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, a first look. I don't recommend watching the next few trailers. Just watch this first one, and then you'll be all set. Can't wait. Scott Lang's back, and I think it's going to be a lot darker than a lot of us realize, and I'm pretty excited to see what happens.
I think you're right.
Let's talk about what we're watching.
What you watching?
Jam-packed episode today, and we're going to use the timers to the full advantage. Andy, you are up first. Tell us all about how it's going in the NFL. You got 1 minute.
Football. I'm not going to talk about my Steelers because they are absolute ass, and this is the first year in like ever that they're having a losing season since I've been a fan.
What's the
So,
record?
Right now they're 2-5. So
Yikes.
it's pretty ugly so far.
Okay.
But other good news. Will Compton, year 10, just had our boy over at Bussin' with the Boys. He had a workout with the Atlanta Falcons recently, so
Will,
he's making his comeback.
there you go.
I had to pop that in there.
I don't know how he's still doing it, and neither does he. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. He's got the bod for it at least. The Eagles are the only undefeated team right now. Offense overall is like really down. I've been noticing this only due to my fantasy football teams. I don't know if you guys have noticed this as
Oh
well.
my God.
How's everybody doing in
The
fantasy
scores-
football?
the
What's
scores are real
records?
bad.
1-6.
About 500, somewhere around there.
I don't participate.
I don't
No
really
time.
Back.
I played in a work league.
I say
and,
I have no time, but
I was like, I'm like in a work league. I'm trying to be social. I'm 6-0 though.
Oh God.
Wow.
Oh, you jerk.
I
that's
know.
how it goes.
Hey,
And
we're-
non-sports fans too.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
God. And that if I win, that'll be even better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll freak out.
We're only 7 weeks in, so we got 10 more to go. You never know what'll happen from there.
All right, give us what else? What other highlights? I cut you off.
That's really it. It's still early. There's a lot that can happen, but there's a bunch of trades going on right now, which is kind of
Christian McCaffrey.
weird for football. Yeah, McCaffrey got traded, then there's injuries happening. Like that's one of the biggest trades that happened in NFL for the past few years for sure. So,
All right, you're losing me. That's all the sports we got this week.
You're not going to talk about Mizzou barely beating Vanderbilt? No
no
college football?
No
Okay,
college
okay.
football today.
All right, Scotty Scoop, you're up. You got a book.
Stephen King Fairy Tale just came out a couple of weeks ago. Is anybody big readers over here?
I've read many Stephen King books. I've not read this one.
So I just came across this one randomly, and it really gave me like some Dark Tower vibes. So I picked it up. And this is probably one of the best Stephen King books I've read in a long, long time. About 600 pages. And it's fantasy.
One book?
It's one book.
Mm.
One book. I would say probably one and done.
Not if I know Stephen King.
Yeah.
He'll connect it somewhere.
It's got ties in it. If you read it, there are definitely ties to other books.
Salem's Lot
as
connections,
always.
Dark Tower connections.
Dark Tower connections for sure. It's fantasy, and it tugs at your heartstrings, and it's a feel good book. It's not a horror book. Like I read this thing in probably 3 or 4 days. Fantastic.
Rating
3.8. Already optioned for a movie.
Already looking at it for a movie. Sorry, Andy, I forgot to ask you. Rate the NFL.
4.0.
Wow, I knew it.
Perfect score.
It's exactly why I sit on my couch for 9 hours a day on Sunday, just being a complete piece of shit.
How did I know? That's perfect. Thanks for sharing a book. You're good to bring some more books in here.
What are books?
Yeah, you big reader? Hey,
I've read a few books.
I've read
the Bible.
if you want to read some fiction, Stephen King is the way to go. Just like fantastic storytelling. All right, speaking of fantastic storytelling, a show on Netflix transported from USA, which you can definitely feel in the first couple seasons.
Wow.
The Sinner,
Mm-hmm.
Bill Pullman, right? Bill Pullman?
The president.
The president. Good morning. Good morning. That's Independence Day speech. That's how it starts, if you don't know. Real fans know.
Yeah, I got you.
4 seasons on Netflix, The Sinner. This is true crime, at its best. There's, I think 2 and 3 kind of low a little bit. The first season's really great. This 4th season was really great. Just finished it probably a handful of days ago. If you're into true crime, if you're into the detective aspect, storytelling, but like what they do a good job of here is bringing in a little bit more of Bill Pullman's character, which I think is a big miss on a lot of the true crime one detective stories. Is just like you kind of get lost and like it doesn't matter who the guy is. This one, it kind of matters who he is. The Sinner on Netflix. If you're into this stuff, which I am, I'd give this a overall season 4. I'd give like a 3.6. The season, I'd give like a 3.0. The show.
Mm-hmm.
So reading it says new season, new stories, new story every season.
Every season,
It's
right?
usually each season is like a fresh story. And
fresh
it's,
story, but
first
is it a
one-
fresh all new characters, or is
No.
this
No.
It's put
It's
Bill
one-
Pullman every
Bill
time.
Pullman
Okay.
is like here again, and it's kind of picking up where he left off from the last time.
That first season was
Was-
I was
You seen it?
so into that first
You
season.
seen the rest?
No.
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
Just-
She-
I
and-
mean,
and she's
Jessica
still a
Biel.
producer or
Hook, line,
writer
and
on the show.
sinker. Hook, line, and sinker for me.
That first season.
I
is-
thought this was Billie Eilish. I was like, I'm very confused.
Yeah, and she also looks like a couple other actors I've seen recently too. It's like this. She has a look for sure. Where I was like, is that
Let's-
so and so? No, it's somebody different.
Was season 4 the one with Matt Bomber?
He's in 3 is
Okay.
his season, and then
Okay.
he's a little bit in 4. I don't want to give any spoilers. The Sinner.
Oh, maybe I haven't seen 4 then. I gotta rehash this. All right.
All right.
Oh, it's me.
I wanted us to go first to give you like a
The
little
feel.
bit of the
Yeah,
rhythm.
yeah.
You're up, Samsy.
Real quick, if this was my show, this wouldn't be called What You Watching. It'd be What You Sleeping To, because I struggle on a nightly basis to
Another-
get through anything.
Another sleeper.
Yeah, so this show took me about 3 months to get through, but this is a science fiction psychological thriller. It's got Adam Scott right there, as you can see, is the main guy, and Britt Lower, I think's her name. Severance. This is Severance on Apple TV, and Britt Lower, Zach Cherry, John Turturro. Is that how you say his name? I love
Yes.
that guy. I
The
don't
fact that
know.
you're listening,
Good
people,
call.
we're all impressed.
Um,
That's impressive.
without it being on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
but it's a psychological thriller. Warning, super slow. I'm sure I'm like the last person that's probably seen the show, but for those people that haven't seen it, I think it's very slow. But the theme of it is just excellent. It's very Black Mirror vibes, if anyone watched Black Mirror, any of those seasons. But basically, the guy goes to work. This place, Lumen, is the employer, and some employees get this procedure called severance. Your work life is
Keep going.
is separate. Your work life is separate than your at-home life,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just your work life doesn't know anything about your home self.
Yep.
And this guy just goes to work with these employees, and it's like they're just trapped in.
They
this,
create like 2 people.
yeah, they're essentially creating 2 people in one body. trapped at Lumen, and it goes from there. That's the main hook for me. Just that concept.
Oh yeah.
But it gets deeper. They don't know what Lumen does, what they're even working on, what their job even entails.
Yep.
So that whole first season, they're kind of putting that together, trying to put that together. And then, I won't get too much into it, but that's the gist.
You watched it all?
I finished season 1. Yeah, was very bummed that it was just season 1.
What do you rate it?
So if I give it a 3.2, it would probably be an easy 3.5, 3.75 maybe. Sleep factor's high on this one.
Oh man.
Sleep factor's a 4.
I think you were just tired.
I just couldn't.
This is one of my favorite shows
I
on television.
I love the show. It just I suggested to a couple people. And
Don't watch it so late.
They're like, how do you watch
Wake
it?
up,
It's so slow.
6 a.m.
I'm like, and I no.
Turn the show on.
I'll say I joked that I fell asleep during this. Never once did I fall asleep during an episode of this.
Yeah.
Shocking, because I knew it was kind of slow.
Oh man, I'm like every second I was
Oh,
like,
that finale.
oh man.
Oh, it just all came together. It was like crescendoed.
How many
Oh, man.
episodes we got here?
Absolutely
9.
so good.
9 episodes. And
Severance.
30
and
minutes?
it just builds.
40
It
minutes?
builds.
Like 45
Yeah,
minutes, 50
okay.
minutes.
Yeah, it's.
I
was great.
was there for every second of every episode.
Same,
I was like,
same.
don't turn like
The concept just got me. I was like, I don't know. This is like I said. I really was into Black Mirror. I got
Yeah.
big Black Mirror vibes. On
hey,
this.
you got an America corporate office job. You're gonna lose your shit when you see this show.
Yeah, this was like working at a CPA firm that I used to work at.
Yeah. It's like, sign me up. Take my brain out, please.
Yep.
All right, Severance. Hey, I like giving you the extra. The guest always gets
Appreciate
as much
it.
time as you need.
Appreciate it.
Of course. And next up, we got it's you again, but it's also a roundtable because I
Yeah.
think all of us have seen this. Have you seen this?
I have not
Okay,
seen this.
we'll keep it spoiler free. The Watcher on Netflix. Andy, kick us off.
I have a funny story. I fell asleep during the finale and I need to rewatch it. So
yeah, I
just
get that.
don't talk about the finale.
All right, what'd you?
Slight spoiler alert.
Oh, what? He hasn't-
Anti-finale.
What?
No, I'm
No,
okay.
no. There's no spoiler, really.
Okay.
It's just not that climactic.
Yeah, I can see why you fell asleep.
Anti-climactic.
I got that vibe from someone else, but
But it's a true story.
also the premise of
Ish.
this is amazing.
Parts of it are.
Yeah, I was told somebody else looked it up.
6 episodes. It's a suburbia, true story about a crazy house where letters come and threats happen, and
The
you
neighborhood's
don't know who did it. It's a who done it, and it's on Netflix.
Shady neighbors.
Shady
Don't know
neighbors,
what their
weirdos.
motives are.
I feel like the first 2 episodes were like rah, 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 3 and 4 were okay, 5 was like okay, and then 6 was like
Who done it
Okay.
is right.
Yeah.
Every episode you're like, you think it's a new person and they go all in to make you think it's that person. Where
There was
you're
whole
like,
episodes where this
Don't give me
show's over.
spoilers.
Show's over.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
her.
Yeah.
all right. There you
Damn.
go. Twists and turns. The Watcher. Netflix. Any ratings?
Do I even watch the finale? Yeah, I'm
No,
going
watch
to.
it. Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to, but-
3.0.
I gave it 3.0 as well.
Okay.
Oh, you'll watch it, I guess.
So far, I gave it about a 3.1
You gotta give room for it to decrease.
out of 4. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I'll go down to you guys.
All right, my turn. I saw a movie. It's 'Tis the Season. I guess this is technically our Halloween special, so welcome to it. We'll do it a lot bigger next year. There'll be pumpkins and like if you're watching in here, we got some props. The last Halloween movie, apparently, Halloween Ends, is now in theaters and streaming on Peacock. If you're a Halloween Michael Myers fan, you're gonna be watching this. What's her name? Jodie, or what's her name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, not Jodie. Thank you.
Michael
Jamie Lee
Myers.
Curtis, she's back, and this is the one. You know, if you saw Halloween Kills, I think it was the last movie, this is going to continue that storyline, and as the title leads you to believe, like, something's coming to an end. Had a good time. I think the fans, the diehards, have a special place for these, so, like, I'm not speaking to it as best I could. You know, I would say that, like, I had a good time. The action was there. It was more than I thought. The fact that it goes straight to Peacock just feels weird to me, but that's the day we're living in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Certain things go straight to streaming.
So this is on?
This is on. You can go watch it right now. I had a really good time. I thought it was really different. And they brought it all back home too. So it was a little bit of like thinking they were, you know, going a certain way and then kind of bringing it back to where I would really kind of wanted it to go. So Halloween Ends, I'd give it a solid 3.3. Halloween season, you're going to be feeling good. Are you guys fans? Anybody else seen it?
I have not seen it yet. I'm going to, though, because I enjoy these movies. I've seen every single other one, and I feel like I have the same exact spiel after every one of these last few movies is what you just said. Like, it was good, like, could have been better. Other ones were, I don't know. Just I feel like I'll give a good rating. maybe will be my next What You Watching. We'll come back to it.
Okay. Anybody else dying to see it?
Not really.
Not really.
He doesn't really do anything for me ever.
Perfect. Let's move along. I had this one as well. This is DC League of Super Pets. I'm not going to do all these. Actually, this was a really good DC super movie. At the end of it, I said, I could see this kicking off the DC multiverse. Like this was a DC movie for DC fans, but like could definitely work for any. If you're a DC fan and you have a partner that like loves dogs and like you kind of like put on a movie and you're like, let's see if the dogs will watch this, or like maybe the cat will be into this. Then this is the movie. Like I was watching it and Carrie's getting the cat. Like I look and I was like, I like this, and the cat likes this. Carrie's liking it. DC League of Super Pets. It's on HBO Max. I'd give it a solid 3.5.
It was fun.
So much fun. Check it out. You saw it. You loved it.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
3.5 as a non-kid person. I think you get a 3.7
3.7
as a parent.
as a parent.
Anybody else?
Oh, I got about 3.2.
I'm sure my 10-month-old will be watching this soon.
3.2 as a human adult man.
DC writers right here. They made the characters DC, and it all
For sure.
it flowed better than obviously Justice League. You know.
Where are these guys at with the rest of the DC universe?
Exactly. Like, how is this not
They
the
put it-
Snyder cut?
Right.
They put it all into this pet movie.
It'll be black and white next month.
Great end credit
A little
scene.
darker.
Yeah.
That relates to the meet today. All right, we got some minutes here. We're not gonna. We might use them all. We might not. Everybody is caught up on Game of Thrones: House of
Hot
the
D.
Dragon. The finale was
Got
last
that
night.
Hot D.
Yeah.
Man.
Do you guys spoil this soon?
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Absolutely, because the episode doesn't
Yeah.
drop for a week. And
Oh, true.
Well, but here's the thing, though. We're live. So if, for the thousands that are watching, don't listen to us spoiling this. But I gave us, a solid few minutes to get into it. House of the Dragon, 10 episodes. Season 1 is here. And the finale went down last night. I just want to say, spoiler alert. Let's just get it out of the way. I want to hear what everybody thought. You can see the countdown going. We'll see how far we get. Scotty Scoot, kick us off. What was that finale like? What'd you think of the season? And give us your finale take.
I think this is probably in the top 3 or 4 of Game of Thrones seasons. If you were to stick it in there, I don't think it was quite as good as Game of Thrones season 1 or maybe season 5 or 6, but this was really, really good. And it's hard because I know what happens
Because of Game of Thrones dialogue.
and reading some of the back material. But they're making it fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and it's great.
Like Fire and Ice is a book.
Yes,
And like that's what we're watching.
basically, yeah.
And you're saying the show has gone in a direction that you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how far they were going to stretch it.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Because
know?
let's just
they could have ended it.
let's get into it. A handful of the episodes in the middle, fast forwarding so far.
Oh yeah,
Then
decades.
the show kind of ending with like the same, day.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 episodes are kind of like 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
just to like get it out of the way.
Yes, that is a very confusing part of the show.
What'd you think of it all?
Oh, that was my only complaint, to be honest. Like it made Sundays great again to me.
Yes,
Like have
absolutely.
something to look forward to. Like
That's true.
Help
Not
with
just-
those Sunday scaries
Yeah.
a bit.
Oh God, yes. It changes everything. Like just get your friends together. Hey, what are we gonna do for Dragons tonight?
America.
Like I don't do that for other shows really. Like,
Yeah, he
it's-
texted me, said you want to come over for Dragons, and
No,
I said no.
I
yeah,
watched,
he didn't. I would say he didn't say anything. Dusty.
I watched it 10:30 last night and fell asleep during it. So had to finish it up today. So me and Sam are slowly just becoming the same person.
Well,
I don't
football
have a
and
10-month-old to blame it on. though.
Yeah.
football and Game of Thrones are competing. I think.
You only had
Yes.
25 football games to watch yesterday.
Well, I watched my team suck. so-
Well, we already talked about football.
yeah,
Sam,
get out of here. Football.
Yeah. I came into this whole season coming off the tails of the last Game of Thrones debacle, in my opinion. So I went into it pretty harsh. I fell asleep through most of the episodes
see
there
a trend.
in the in the beginning. I'm great. I should do a podcast that shows. You won't know anything about them.
You just hear snoring.
Yeah. So yeah, I fell asleep kind of early on in those, but I get the gist. My wife tells me all about it the next day.
Yeah, I have that too.
And really, it put me off right when they got rid of. They did that big time jump, and I just was already locked in on her as the 2 actresses. Just locked in on that's where my head was at, and it took me a little bit to get back into the mode and into the storyline. And I have a real issue. I can't understand any bit of dialect or any type of
It just goes
accent.
just mumble.
Whoa, I need captions.
Subtitles, homie. I do that every day.
It's a requirement
All
at
day,
my
every day.
house.
Even just regular straight English sometimes. You're
Yeah,
like, I wanna read
She-Hulk,
this.
I just can't even. I'm like, I can't understand her.
There's so much talking. Oh, yeah, don't try to lip read.
Yeah. So it's I did end up liking it. The finale could have been a little more grandiose. I thought it was like,
Yes.
oh, this is going to pick up, and then it just halted on the brakes.
Yep.
Just smoked them, and it was a little lackluster there at the end.
Yep.
But overall, I would have put it somewhere if we're going to put it in the Game of Thrones.
I like that.
And
That's
I
a
like
fun
that. It's a
way.
fun way to think about it. I would put it maybe tied with 6, season 6 for me.
Season 6, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just after 6.
Okay.
Because I think did we watch 6 and get Gulf Shores that
Yes,
one time?
yes,
Then
yes.
it's after 6 because that was a blast.
That you can't beat that.
I mean,
That
6
time of
and
life.
7, and then 8 was the final, right?
I was kind of after 6. It just was all downhill for me. I was like, you couldn't beat that. 7 and 8. So this would be right before 7 after 6.
Okay.
That's how numbers work, right?
All right. Right.
guys
We know numbers.
You need me to break that
6
down again?
Dragon
Yes.
7. That's how you count. Yep.
Carrie is obsessed. She loved it. It ended, and she was over the moon. But the more we got into it, and the more we're talking about it, I guess I was being harsh on it too. I guess I was just kind of like, to me, it felt like there were some episodes that were jaw on the ground good, like the sea snake battle and Damon, and that whole sequence. I was like, I'd never really seen a sequence quite done like that. And the angles they came at and how they moved across battlefields, and it was really interesting. And just as the series progressed, it just got a little, again, slow is what keeps coming to mind. And listen, I'm a Game of Thrones fan. Like, I know that the biggest problem with the season 8 finale run, I said this to you at dinner, Sam, is that they rushed the gun. People make up all the reasons of why the series didn't end well. Oh, they went away from the original writing and like Warner Bros. Took over. All that's pretty much true. But what they did was they rushed it. This series felt like they changed their mind. It almost felt like they were like, we're going to go fast. We're going to move quick. And it gave you this interpretation like this is going to be different than what you had in the first series. And because we're doing this aging and we're jumping forward in time, Carrie said this, the big climax of the episode. We said spoiler alert for the show. I mean, Dragon on Dragon Munchtown, I was saying the whole time, like, if I got to see a lot of dragons fighting a lot of dragons on this. Like, this has got, and Carrie's like, yeah, this has got to be like the war is coming up. And I think I said to you, Scott, I was like, I bet this finale is going to jump forward like way far. And it didn't. It was, I think you said it, Sam, episode 9 was one person's perspective. Episode 10 was another person's perspective. It was literally like 2 days of time.
Yeah.
And then they're like literally breaking down. There were like 3 times in the episode of the finale where I go, I guess they're showing us this. And like, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Like you don't ever want to be watching a TV and like kind of call out that like,
I didn't really need this.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And Carrie said, like, I wish that climax would have happened in the beginning of the episode.
Kind
And
of drive the whole mood of the episode.
totally with her. Like, it doesn't need to be the full-on battle. This is Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But, like, there should have been, like, a battle.
Yeah. I felt like it was still waiting to deliver. I'm like,
exactly.
Lack of
when-
action, for sure.
And I've seen the headlines. They're already getting ahead of this. They're releasing headlines of, like, the next season's going to be more jacked and higher paced. And I'm like, yeah, but you were doing that, too.
Yeah,
But
thanks for dragging me out for 10 seasons, 10 episodes.
It's also reality, too, right? Like, they made this stuff when they were like, we're kind of piecing this together. America needs a show or they're going to go crazy.
I wish there was like 20 more minutes in the episode when he goes to deliver that message, the son, and then you see that big ass dragon in the background.
Yeah.
That kind of set a mood where I'm like, this could get good.
Yeah.
Like this big ass dragon's gonna come into play. And then I look at the thing, I'm like, how much time we have? And I'm like, well,
This is going to be this one thing.
Well,
And we're not
actually-
getting these other 2 dragon trips.
this is it. This is it.
All right, 30 seconds, round table. I want ratings of House of the Dragon Season 1. Giggler, go first.
Oh man, I go with straight up 3.5 on this.
Wow.
Loved it.
Sam.
3-3.
3-6.
3-2.
all ratings on a 4.0 scale.
I wish I'd. Carrie, what's your rating?
A meatloaf.
She's up there, but I'll get it. I bet it's high. Okay, nice job, guys. Game of Thrones. Can't wait. I think we all can agree, right? Can't wait for the next season.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like got Sunday's fun
So-
again.
Yeah.
Not only that, but
I got a hat
snow.
that says. I got a hat that
We're
says
getting
that.
the snow.
Making
Jon
Sundays
Snow
fun
show.
again.
Jon Snow show. Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that really happening?
That's really happening.
A Jon Snow show.
Yeah.
Finally.
I give it a 4.0.
North of the Wall.
Already?
The snow.
I don't know.
The snow show.
I love.
Is that a
love
difference?
Jon
Is
Snow.
that cocaine?
All right. I don't know
The
if
snow show?
I don't know if we'll need all of this time here, but I mean, this guy talked about this one all year. Halloween time, 'tis the season. Happy Halloween! Ooh, spooky. And on Disney Plus, a special presentation.
The first.
This is the first special present. Was it? Because I saw that title run and I thought, I've seen this. I've seen this special presentation before. Marvel. But anyway, this was like the first time they had done it with like an MCU story.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was a one-time special called Werewolf by Night. What was it, 1 hour?
Yeah.
An hour
Just
long.
under.
Just under an hour.
55 minutes, I
And
think.
Scotty, why don't you tell us more about it?
So we got Jack Russell. I've been talking about it. I feel like for 6 months. Didn't think it was ever going to happen. And then they just dropped a trailer and be like, oh, here it is.
Within like
Within a month.
yes.
We got a trailer and then it came out. Man, this is the like real throwback to classic monster movies. And I don't know about you guys. I loved it.
Tell us what you thought.
Oh man, it was great. The action, the characters. Of course, it's only 55 minutes.
Yeah.
You're not getting all the character development you want,
Yeah.
but
A lot of explaining.
I didn't think.
Lot,
I didn't
yeah.
think it needed it.
I didn't think
I
it
didn't,
needed
I
it
didn't
either.
think it either. I think
Yeah.
it moved fine.
Yeah.
But man, I thought it was great. I thought all the actors were great.
Yes.
It was well written.
Yes.
We've got some characters that I know we're gonna see again.
Run us through some of the characters you meet here.
So you got Jack
Spoiler
Russell.
alert for Werewolf
Yeah,
by Night.
Spoiler alert. We got Jack Russell, Gael Garcia Bernal. You've got Elsa Bloodstone. You got Ted, Man Thing.
Man thing. So cool.
Yeah, for sure. All these guys are here for the Bloodstone, basically. It's some sort of artifact, gives guys powers. They're all hunters.
Yes.
They tell you, oh, so-and-so's got 36 kills, and this guy's got 40 kills, and this guy's got 100 deaths.
Whoa.
And that's Jack Russell. And he's like, yeah, I don't really murder people on purpose.
Yes.
And you're kind of like, oh, well, who is this guy?
What's that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And it goes off. They're like, hey, you guys got to hunt this monster, get the Bloodstone,
Yes.
and then you can have it.
Black and white.
Black and white.
A lot of practical effects, but
Yeah,
a lot of
for sure.
CGI still.
Some CGI. I think they went black and white so they could get a little more violent
Love that.
and show the blood splatters on the screen. But if it's not red, then it doesn't really count against your rating.
It had like a Tarantino vibe with that.
Yeah, for sure. It was great.
Yeah, really fun. I came into this, I'm starting to learn, like, Scotty has this comic background that, like, I was rewatching Moon Knight yesterday, and I'm realizing, like, watching Moon Knight without the knowledge of what Moon Knight is, you're like, this is so hard. And then you rewatch it, and you're like, this is a totally different show. I'm really enjoying it a lot. Werewolf by Night is, like, similar. Like, I feel like a lot, and, like, they're introducing characters, and, like, this is for you fans that are like, you guys know who this is. But they do a good job of introducing these folks and kind of laying it out for, like, folks that are like me. And I mean, most MCU fans at this point in the game, like, probably kids, have no idea.
No clue.
So is this based in some? I watched it without a lick of knowledge about.
That's
the show.
everything, though, now, because, like, everything's based off some comic.
So is this based? Is there lore? Some
character.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What's the
70s,
Bloodstone is a thing?
70s comic book. This is horror comics. Moon Knight, actually, his first appearance was in Werewolf by Night comics. This is we're going to see these characters for sure, especially if we get like into the Blade, Midnight Suns kind of thing, where you get like a dark team. Man-Thing, we're gonna see him again for sure.
Yeah, like
Wow.
where?
He is
What
the,
title do we
I
see
didn't
these
know.
guys in?
I didn't know any of this. I thought it was a one-off.
I
It
think
is,
we're
but
gonna
it's
see,
MCU. And
yeah,
it
but
was
I
like,
thought it was a one-off created one-off just for Halloween.
No,
Oh, okay,
no, this
yeah,
was.
this
I had
is-
no idea there
I
was-
could tell once they got into it. This was my take on it. Was like, okay, they're laying the groundwork for like these 4 characters,
this dark,
and you're
Marvel.
gonna get these guys
Yeah.
a lot. Like I feel like this Hartwell chick. Hartwell,
Mhm.
is that right? Is that her name? Hartwell.
It is
Hart-
tonight.
Hart.
Let's just
What's
go
her
with that.
name?
Elsa Bloodstone.
Oh, it's Bloodstone.
You were close. Pretty close.
Elsa Bloodstone. Bloodheart.
Yeah, same.
I could tell. I was
Hearthstone,
like,
yeah.
she's about to get her own show or something. Like
Yeah.
you can just tell, like the way that they like present certain characters of like,
this
this is the hero.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be like in the Blade niche, and we may even get some sort of Doctor Strange, because in the comic books, Man-Thing is the guardian of the nexus of all realities.
Right.
He can dimension hop.
Oh man, he's kind of like
America Chavez.
Chavez.
Yes.
Andy, what'd you think of Werewolf by Night?
This was my least favorite Marvel content ever. But I honestly knew that was going to happen like 5 minutes in. I was like, yeah, this isn't made for me.
What'd you hate about it?
I don't enjoy horror movies, or like especially like
oh yeah, you probably really hated it.
the old monster movies.
No,
Like no.
too scary.
Adam's
hated it as-
Family.
you
Maybe
hated it
that
as
might be
soon
as
as
far
it-
back as I go.
As soon as it was black and white, you turned it off. You're like,
no,
this isn't
I
for me.
gave it a shot.
You're like, what am I watching? I Love Lucy. Like,
I just gave it a shot, then I fell asleep. No, I'm just kidding. I'll watch it again, maybe give it another shot, just because of how strongly I've heard a lot of people say they enjoyed it, but it just wasn't my thing.
it was artsy, but it like wasn't as artsy as I thought it'd be. Like it was definitely more Marvel Studios MCU that I realized it would be. I thought it might be more off the wall, and it's not that off the wall. Like anybody,
It's not
can
super
watch,
off the wall.
Anybody
no.
can watch this. They're
Mhm.
gonna give you like a monologue to explain things.
Like I said, I had no idea it was even tied into anything.
What'd you think as a
thought-
nothing?
I thought it was a fun little movie. I mean,
Yeah.
there was no complaints. It didn't blow my mind, but
Yeah.
I might have even liked it more had I known and done a little research
Right.
before watching it about Man-Thing. And so I thought it was fun.
I'll say this: if you haven't watched it yet, like 'tis the season. Like you
Get
like,
into it.
You should watch it right now. Like this is dropping, right around Halloween. Werewolf by Night on Disney
Yeah.
Plus.
My
absolutely.
wife turned this off immediately. She was like, "We're not finishing this," and I was like, "Okay."
She's like, I'm gonna get a beer with Andy.
I had to watch it later. Yeah, I had to go watch it later. I'm like, I guess I'll finish it by myself.
I'll go in the bathroom and finish this.
Yeah, marriage.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Scotty? Before we wrap it up, we got ratings.
Yeah, ratings.
Yeah, I mean, you go last. I'll go first. I would give this. I mean, I did have fun, and for what it was, like something unique. That's what I'll say too.
Yeah.
Like you don't ever get like a 1 hour story.
Yeah, I was just something different.
Yeah, 3.1.
Oh, that was my score. Damn.
All right.
2.0.
Oh,
Scotty.
3.6. Can you guess Lila's score?
4.0.
4.0.
I knew it,
Oh, I'm
daughter.
sorry, Lila.
Oh, Lila. I get it though. Fun, gory.
Oh, this was like straight up her alley.
All right,
She loved it.
Can I nitpick now?
Go ahead. Yeah.
I think the werewolf could have looked better.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was my only gripe. I didn't. That was.
It felt like it was like too much. Like let's make it look just like the
Classic.
60s.
I
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. I felt like I did it.
Let's do
I was like,
that.
did I put his costume together?
It's no MTV's Teen Wolf.
I've been taking
That's for
one
sure.
hair off my dog for 20 years.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right, Werewolf by Night, Disney Plus. Scotty, I'm glad you got your wish.
Yes.
That was, hey, barely made it.
Yep.
All right, guys. Again, don't need all the time, but I want to give it the time because the MCU has exploded. I'm giving all these titles a fair shot, and this is the first time we aren't putting the title in the meat, so we're definitely featuring it as a mini meat right now before we get into the actual meat. I love mini meat. Getting ready to move into the DC universe. Going to transition here shortly. We have a nice break here in the middle with a very special surprise. Before we do that, the MCU's TV show breaking into like cable television, sitcom, lawyer TV show. She's big, she's green. It's She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. 9 episodes are out on Disney Plus, and I'm gonna give a spoiler alert because the show is here, and I'm excited to hear from each and every one of you. Have you seen it, Sam?
I have.
So we've all seen all of it.
All finished.
Yep.
9 episodes. I need some stats here, actually. Do you guys remember the actor's name that plays She-Hulk?
Tatiana Maslany.
She's here. It's her debut. We've never met this character before, and we've already given the spoiler alert, man. Holy cow, this is a brand new series. Satirical sitcom meets the MCU, and I'm telling you, you haven't seen anything like this, at all. Whether you're a sitcom
Ever.
fan or an MCU fan, this is a new kind of baby child that I have not seen yet. Still processing how I feel about it. Let's do a little round table, do some gut checks. Bruce Banner has a cousin, Jennifer Walters, and she's a lawyer. Pilot episode, car accident, little Bruce Banner blood.
Yep. You
Gets
got
into-
your peanut butter and my chocolate.
Uh-oh.
You got your chocolate and my peanut butter. Now we're all Hulks.
Now we're all, and
Did I watch
this
the
is
right
it.
show?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, this is the Reese's peanut butter.
Yeah, it's classic
Cla-
Reese's. Sorry, I'm old. God damn.
No, that's it's is that a Family Guy reference too? Like I feel like
I
they
think
make
so,
the
yeah.
Reese's.
For sure.
You got your peanut butter and my chocolate. Well, hey Bruce Banner, you got your blood and my blood. I'm now a Hulk, pretty much in a moment. And what's the difference though, right? She gets it kind of without like all the baggage that Bruce Banner had. Bruce Banner had the alternate Hulk that was like dumber and mean, and she just gets to kind of like be herself. She's also super strong.
Mhm.
She's figured out the balance stuff quick. We got a nice montage in episode 2 of them playing around. And the story is going to pop all over the place. Lots of cameos, New York City, lawyer, fast-moving 25-minute, 35-minute episodes all over the place, and a fourth wall break that you're just not quite ready for.
Man.
Jesus Christ.
Like they did it in bits and pieces throughout the series. And then that last episode, they really went for it.
Oh,
I'm-
yeah.
I'm-
all in.
Thinking about rewatching the series, and I was like, I think I'd watch 1, 2, and 9. But that's me. Let's jump around. Sam, our guest, what'd you think of She-Hulk?
Oh, I'm so mixed on this show. I don't know if I like the fourth wall breaking there.
Let's do it.
What
What are you thinking?
I don't know. It's like, is it Deadpool's thing for me? And I just want to keep it there? Is She-Hulk in the comics? Did she do that?
Yes,
Well,
Yeah.
all the
Okay,
time.
then I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
I didn't watch She-Hulk.
as a She-Hulk. Well, it was a comic. And
Yeah,
you-
that's what I meant. I
you
didn't
don't
read. I didn't. Yeah, I don't read. Actually, I can't read.
I've read.
I can't read. I'm going based on images all day.
All
So,
right, Giggler, let's go to you because then we know who's going to know about this.
Right. This show was hilarious. Just, I want this to keep going season by season. Just throw a couple good cameos in there.
I was going to say
here
cameos.
and there, like
Mhm.
throw it, like you laugh. I laugh so many times. Like I think she's hilarious.
Yeah,
And I hope she's in more stuff going forward. I want to see more Hulk movies. Give me a World War Hulk,
yes.
etc. All the above. Give me all the color Hulks.
Yes.
Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, where's the gray Hulk,
Yeah,
the
give
red
me-
Hulk?
yeah, give
you
me
and I are the same way. We're
all
like,
the-
we're here for the cameos. We're here for more Hulk Town.
Yeah. I
Like-
mean, I really loved. I just love the show how they did everything. Like the fourth wall breaks did not bother me at all. I think that's absolutely hilarious. Like we can't take this too seriously. We're literally talking about a giant green woman here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe it's
That-
my secondhand cringe
that
that got
practices
me. I don't
law.
know why.
Oh, there's a lot of people that were pissed off, especially by the
I'm
finale
never
one,
pissed
but-
off.
I'm just picturing Star Wars fans if Anakin was like, you know what I think? Time out.
Yeah, Zach Morris.
All right. Yeah, I'm on the fence too. So let's just get to you. What do you think, Scotty?
Man, I thought it was great.
What's going on with this show?
This was exactly what I thought it was gonna be,
Okay.
and I was there for it.
What is it being?
That's a great question.
That's
Like,
that's a good question.
Is that why is that why there's so much on the fence talk?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's because like no one knows what to
Nobody
do with this.
knew what it was.
Yes.
You know, everybody's like, oh well, it's a procedural. Oh, it's a sitcom. Oh, it's like cable TV. And no, this is an
No.
MCU show. It needs to be serious.
Yeah.
And it was all of that and none of it. And I thought it was great. And then what I've really loved about the Phase 4 is it is all over the place.
Yeah, it is.
There is something for everyone here.
That is true. Yeah, you get the real variety. They're bringing in all the stuff. They had me, with the first episode and then like, the stuff that I'm loving to see, like, oh,
The Hulk.
the Hulk, Smart Hulk's here. Oh, a Sicarian ship.
Right.
Like, okay, her transformation. Ooh, the montage of like her training sequence. Like this is, I'm easy to please. And then I was like, who the fuck's Megan the Stallion?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
wondering the same thing.
And then I was
"Who
like,
is
all right,
this
listen,
chick?"
I don't mind that she's in it. Like, all right, do your thing. Like, have any cameo. Like, I love
This is
bringing,
this pop
I
culture
love,
here.
I love bringing pop culture into the MCU because the MCU is our world, but like just a mirrorverse, you know?
Yeah.
But then I was like, the Megan Thee Stallion episode, like, I mean, she was in every single minute of that episode. It was
a
like
great episode.
1 out of 9.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're a big fan. Scotty's a huge Megan Thee
Big.
Stallion fan.
Yeah.
He really is, and like a lot of people are. She hosted SNL like
Still
just like
don't
3
know who
weeks
she
ago.
is.
She's just the next big star, you know. And I guess maybe that's why it's jarring for like Sam, maybe like for folks like you and me that are like, we don't know who that
Yeah.
is.
It just felt like a wasted episode for
It
me.
just felt like, okay, what was the sponsorship ticket for this?
Yeah.
Or like, my daughter is a big star right now. If you do this, I'll make sure that Jon Favreau's kid gets into Yale. Like, I don't know. Like Jon Favreau's like, I don't even work on this show.
I don't have kids. What are you doing?
But there was those episodes that like in the middle that really lost me, and then they brought me back. Like I kind of want to jump to it because we're moving through here. That finale and the fourth wall.
Not even that. Don't skip on the Daredevil episode.
Jump around here.
Man,
please.
that was great.
See, I liked that.
I mean, Daredevil's back.
Yeah, they brought him back. Like full Daredevil
he's in.
Matt Murdock.
New
Yeah.
suit.
in the ketchup and mustard suit. Classic.
Yes. Yeah, classic ketchup mustard in LA.
Yeah.
And let's just get out of the way. They bang it out.
Yeah.
Like this is
There was a lot more of that in this show than I thought there was going. I was
Well,
like, is
for
this
sure.
Disney Plus?
It was intentional as hell, right? Like she drinks, she has sex, and she's a female too.
Yeah.
Like this has been a lot of things
I
that
do
like this has
one
been
of those now.
It's yeah, right. This is one of those things to where like it kind of felt a little bit like you're trying to solve a lot of things with this show.
Right.
It felt a little bit like that to me because
Yeah.
these are things that have been missing from Marvel stuff for a while, like the sexuality and things like that. And obviously like the first 5 movies are only about like 4 dudes.
Right.
So here we are, and like we're getting some of this like down to earth. But I love the cameos. How about Abomination?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Abomination from the Incredible Hulk, same actor. I don't know his name.
Emil Blonsky.
Is the guy.
He's the guy.
This is
The
Actor,
guy, yeah.
don't know.
I know. I got it.
Tim Robbins.
His image changed a bit since the
Yes, and it's been like the same storyline. Like they're like still
continuing. Yeah,
They're continuing. Like he tried to kill my uncle. He's evolved, right? He can speak, and they kind of
Tim Roth.
Tim
Roth, nice. They do the connections to. I thought it was interesting they connected it to like the Shang-Chi storyline. Where
I geeked out on that part.
geeked out big time, right? Like, oh, this is the portal where he took him through.
Yeah.
And,
I'm telling my
that's
wife.
happening now.
She was like, "Don't care," and I was like, "But that was in that other movie that we fell asleep to," and she's like, "I don't care."
Carrie is seeing that face that you made just now all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm just always explaining things.
But
Yeah.
Yes. What else did you like? What else did we have? We have you met some other heroes in there too. Who was out at Emil Blonsky's like retreat resort? You had like those two
yeah,
like, weird-
vampire looking.
we got some weirdos, some real background characters that they just pulled out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Was one guy
Um,
Blade from Blade or something? There's a vampire or something.
Yeah, there's some
Oh,
sort
there
of
was like
vampire
a
guy.
no, yeah, but he was a guy that believed he was a vampire or something. Or,
Yeah,
and then there was the guy that
The
like
guy
didn't
in the-
age. He didn't age.
there's the guy.
Remember,
in
he
the-
was like infinite. He was like
Oh.
immortal.
Mm.
Like that was cool.
Oh yeah, for sure.
that was
Mr.
cool.
Immortal or something like that.
Mr.
Yeah, the guy
Immortal,
that just kept he jumped out the,
They had
the building.
Jumped
Yeah,
out the window.
yeah.
Frogman.
He had like 10
Oh, I
wives.
forgot all about that.
Frogman.
Frogman, who they were defending there in the last episode. Was that?
Oh yeah, with the jet fuel on.
Yeah,
his
the
boots.
jet fuel in his boots.
Oh, the jet fuel, right? And like
Mm.
they had the suit maker.
Yeah.
And the suit maker was he's that guy from the flight attendant.
Yeah.
He's-
Oh,
yeah,
that is
yes.
him.
And
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
great, And
Good show.
And yeah, exactly. I was like, oh wow, he's in the MCU now. This is so fun.
I think it's all Flight Attendant is in the MCU.
Oh, it is now.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
yeah.
With the
100%.
multiverse, anything's
multiverse,
possible.
So is I think you should leave. There were 2 additional. I think you should leave cameos in She-Hulk. So not a big deal. The multiverse is real.
What do you guys think of the story? I mean, it's just kind of like what they did in classic cable sitcom fashion was like the story didn't matter,
No,
Mm-hmm.
and it
no.
never
it's
mattered.
First
Yeah, if you
couple of
asked me
minutes,
to
last couple of minutes of every episode.
If you had to
you
retell
kind of
it.
get the.
Yeah, we got 2
Yeah.
new Hulks, and we haven't even talked about the other one
And
at the finale,
She-Hulk?
in the finale.
She-Hulk, yeah, the finale.
let's
Yeah.
go ahead.
Hulk's son.
Scar.
All of a
Oh,
sudden,
yeah.
Hey
Hey
guys,
family.
this is my son Scar, and there he is with his haircut. He's got the haircut.
Yeah, His haircut's worse
He's
than
big.
mine.
He's
His
got
haircut's worse than mine.
I saw like a stat card about Scar. Like, if you don't know who Scar is, take a look. And I was like, this is for me. And it was like increased aging. Like he's
Ages
aging
quickly.
too fast,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
Would make
because-
sense, yeah, because I was kind of confused by the timing.
Exactly. It's like, okay, he was on Sakaar for a couple years. Makes sense. He was the Hulk. Of course he was banging
Right.
it out,
Mhm.
you know? That was a big introduction. So that'll be, next generation. Here we go. What do you guys think about, let's just talk about the fourth wall break. Just walk me through what you saw. What happened? Tell me what
I
happened.
thought it was great.
Just explain to the fans what happened.
Okay, so the finale was going a certain way.
Yeah. What was it? It was like, okay, we're at the dojo.
This is
At the
all
end,
kind of convenient.
It's all leading together.
The
Right.
formulaic,
The formula, yeah. The
formulaic
the one-
Marvel.
It turned out the douchebag ex-boyfriend guy that was pretending to like date Jennifer was like, I'm Hulk King.
right.
Here's the blood I stole from you, and I'm gonna
And
turn
now
into
I'm a Hulk.
Yep.
Yeah. Ugh.
Surprise!
Yes. Okay. Then.
And she was like, "What are we doing here?
yeah.
This is super predictable." Pauses the show,
Yes.
knocks out one of the tiles.
She's like, from the view, you're looking at Disney Plus.
You're on the Disney Plus
yeah.
interface.
You're
Yes.
like,
Oh, I accidentally
you're
pressed
like,
the button.
Yeah,
You're in
like
UI.
what happened? And then you see her like knock the thing out, and she's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna come down here
She picks another
and
title.
pass this."
the
and-
assembled or
Yep.
yeah,
It was a symbol
it
that
was
she went
yeah
into.
assembled.
Kicks it open and like jumps in.
Yeah,
And now
Goes
she's walking through Marvel Studios.
into the writers' room
She's
where they're talking about her.
They're like the writers are there, like writing the show live. Here she is. I need to talk to Kevin. I want to talk to who's in charge. It's Kevin.
Kevin.
it's always
See,
Kevin.
and this is where
Kevin Feige is in the show now.
I was watching with subtitles, and it said when they said that, so you just
Period.
think they're talking about Kevin. Yeah, and it's K period E period blah blah blah. So I'm like, what the hell is this? what is this? Why are they doing
I
this?
don't remember what the acronym stood for, but it was
good.
pretty funny.
And Kevin, she eventually gets into a room, which is like, she's got the Iron Man things behind the outfits behind her.
Yeah.
Makes it into like a room with like a robot in the middle that's like this very much like area of like AI, and this is Kevin. This is the ultimate brain behind Marvel, and they have this full-on conversation about the things they haven't done, the things they have done.
Right.
She asks about the X-Men. She's asking about when other things are happening. They're having a full dialogue about like what things in the MCU, and now it's here's the ending I want. I
Right.
want Daredevil there again. I want to wrap up this other storyline. I want to do this, and he's like, fine.
Fine.
And this is a one-time deal. You'll never be able to break the fourth wall like this ever again. Boom. And like snaps and like everything goes back.
great.
You loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still like jarred by it.
Yeah.
Like nothing like that has ever like happened
No,
ever.
it was. I think, like I said, is exactly what this show was.
That's why Scott wore green today.
That's right.
Yeah, it's perfect.
The real Hulk King.
Okay. You're excited for season 2.
Yeah, bring it on.
You're excited to see She-Hulk and more stuff. Me too. There's some stuff they teased with Hulk out in space, going to Sakaar, obviously finding his kid, coming back. More Hulk stuff, more Hulks and more movies, more TV shows. Bruce Banner, played by Paul Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Paul's a good guy though, brother.
His brother. Mark has said, like, I'm here as long as you guys want me, obviously. And I think that's really cool. So let's just keep doing it.
Yeah.
All right, ratings. Andy.
3.4. I had to
Sam.
think about that. I haven't.
2.9. Well, it's cheese. I think it's supposed to be cheesy,
I like it.
but it's cheese. So 2.9.
I'll go 3.2. Still had fun.
3.5.
She-Hulk.
No
Yeah.
doubt. I thought it was worth the watch. Made Thursdays. It made Thursdays.
Yeah. I mean, just
Interesting.
give me more seasons. Just make me laugh. Give me little funny court cases that are just funny and ironic. Like,
Yep.
I don't know.
Quick.
Just pick a superhero and a funny, like that's in California or maybe even New York where Daredevil's at. Do
There's
a
going to
funny,
be
Mhm.
do a
what,
funny thing that they
18
got themselves
episodes of
into and needed to get in
Daredevil?
law trouble. Who knows?
Exactly. 18 episodes of Daredevil, Born Again. She's going to be
She's
maybe
gonna
mixing
come
in.
on.
Oh yeah.
All right. Good job on the timing, guys. Like 30 seconds left. She-Hulk. We'll keep talking about it. MCU title. There it is. And the big what you watching today. And with that, we are going to move right into our break. And we have a very special feature for you right now. A first time ever. We had a music artist reach out that said, play my music on your show. That's right. We're going to bring musical guests into the show, into the podcast. And our first one ever today on October 24th is Matt Jaffe. Hope I'm saying that right. Matt, Jaffe, with the song Time Traveler from his album Undertoad. 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 You can listen to this song right now in our episode. Thanks, Matt, for sending us over and give it permission. Enjoy it, listen, and we'll see you after the break.
Flirting with disaster. Your face is wet with tears. Happy ever after has all but disappeared. It's everything you wanted. But how could you ignore this place is haunted? Like you've been here once before. I'm the time traveler, and what I were to flip the hourglass, watch promise of the future turn to phantoms of the past. I wasted all my moments, dear, traversing centuries, 'cause it's not time but distance that's dividing you and me. Dinosaur to fossil, skeleton to dust, do what you want to. If you can't do what you must, hey, where you going? And can I come along? If I could start over, I would probably still do it wrong. I'm the time traveler, and what I were to flip the hourglass, watch promise of the future turn to phantoms of the past. I wasted all my moments, dear, traversing centuries, 'cause it's not time but distance that's dividing you and me. The movie always ends too early. The credits roll just like a gurney. Technicolor fades to black and white. Tripping through the brick and mortar. All the scenes are out of order. The story's full of holes in the half-light. I'm a time traveler. Time traveler. Time traveler. I'm the time traveler. Time traveler. Time traveler.
The meat. Welcome back from the break. This is Mostly Superheroes. Hope you enjoyed that tune from Matt Jaffe. Man, thank you so much for sending in your music and allowing us to play it. He did give us permission via Twitter, and I don't know how it all works. So that music is in our episode. He gave us the green light. He said, play it wherever you want. And we hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to be featuring more artists just like that. Go to mostlysuperheroes.com/music to submit your music, your favorite music. If you are a band, you are an artist, or you know someone that wants to be featured, we're always looking for more. Transitioning into the DC universe, that is right. We do talk about DC on this show whenever titles seem to sporadically show up, and this is one that's been delayed, actually. I mean, I keep saying like 2 years. I don't know if that's actually true, but like a year and a half coming up on this DC film starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, finally debuting here just a few days ago on October 21st. That's right. It is time to get into the full spiel. We're going to break it down. Spoiler alert right now for the hit film taking DC fans by storm. It's Black Adam. Andy, the Giggler, Scotty, and Sammy, I hope you guys are ready. We're going to talk all about Black Adam. I need all of your thoughts. We're going to talk about the story. We're going to get into it, and we're going to talk about ratings. We want to hear what we think about this film. DC, to say the least, has been on a struggle bus. It's just been connecting the dots. Is the Snyderverse real? Is Henry Cavill coming back? Is Ezra Miller just a bad person, or does he just have like bad problems that like he needs to talk to somebody about? There's just so many things happening, and on top of all that, we have this movie that's just been lingering in the background. The Rock has been talking about it for so long. Black Adam. Same universe as Shazam. If you've been following the Zachary Levi films, we're talking about a movie that was teased, I believe, at DC Fandom 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He was cast in 2014 as Black
Yeah.
Adam.
Are you serious?
He's been talking about
It's
this
only 8
for
years
a
ago.
long time.
Holy cow, I did not realize he got casted that long ago. That's a long time, and he's been promoting the movie ever since, and it's finally here. How many rewrites actually happened? Who knows? And we're going to get into all of it, though. I want to know what you guys think about this. There's an introduction of so many characters setting the DC universe on a path for sure. This is definitely intentional by this film. And speaking of the film, let's just get into a little bit of what you nerds care about up front. Who made it? How much did it make? How's it doing out there? A little bit about the film. Director James Collet-Serra on the film. Writers Adam. Wow, that's a tough one. Skitskiel, Rory Haynes, Sarab Nashi Viney. Go ahead, Sam. What do you think it is?
Ooh, you know I'm good at this.
Noshravani.
Thank you. Otto Binder, CC Beck. We also have producers Beau Flynn, Danny Garcia, and Hiram Garcia. I was surprised not to see The Rock on this list of producers from IMDB Pro, whoever we're getting our stats here, because surely he's producing the hell out of this film as well. Composed by Lauren Balfe. And also we have the numbers of the box office. Opening weekend. That's this past weekend. October 24th is today. This just debuted on October 21st. $67 million gross U.S. and Canada. Opening weekend, gross worldwide so far. This was taken just a few hours ago. $140 million. How we feeling, guys, on an open weekend for a superhero film?
Biggest movie for The Rock ever.
Yeah, I think DC calls that a W.
Yeah, big win. Doing okay. And we'll go and give you some ratings, too. IMDb's putting out there at 7.1 out of their 10-point scale. 39% on Rotten Tomatoes as of, again, just a few hours ago.
Yeah, going into the movie last night, that shocked me. I was like, what am I going into?
And Metacritic, still a thing. 41%. Still out here making it. Black Adam debut. I believe 3 out of 4 of us saw this yesterday. Giggler, you saw it Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
This is fresh in the brains, a movie, brand new. I am just excited to sink my teeth into the story and get into what this movie is. That will eventually lead to our ratings. Quick gut check, as we always do, going into the film. Any super fans that we need to know about? Was this a big countdown for anybody? Or was this just the next film that you needed to watch before you got into a podcast? Giggler, how are you feeling about Black Adam? You're a big DC guy. I know where you're coming from, but Black Adam specifically, you're a big wrestling fan. You heard the intro music today. I know that was like John Cena, really.
I love that. That was very good.
But still, you're a big fan of The Rock. What'd you think about this movie going into it?
So I didn't really know much of anything about Black Adam going into this, which I honestly took that as a good thing. I was like, I'm not going to do any research. I'm just going to see what it's like seeing a movie just straight out of the blue. And it was a great experience going into that. It was very new. Like, obviously, what all the other movies, the Marvel movies are talking about, I'd always be like, all right, I'm going to read all these comics before to prepare, see what's going on with these characters. This was just like, I knew who the Justice Society was. I'd seen some of these characters in some capacity before, like on CW, more or less. But yeah, I think they did a great job here.
Very nice.
We'll get into more of that later. But
no, absolutely, and I think it's actually a good segue to talk about the cast a little bit, because just you already said spoiler alert. We don't want to spoil anything about this. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it. Come back and see us. But in the film, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson coming in as Black Adam, Sarah Shahi playing Adriana Tomez, Viola Davis playing Amanda Waller.
Yeah,
she's back.
Here, in the middle of it, Pierce Brosnan in this film.
Big name.
I didn't know that until I showed up to the movie.
You didn't know?
I was like, this guy's
James
in it.
Bond.
James Bond.
James Bond playing. Yeah, now he's Golden Helmet. Dr. Fate. Noah Centineo making his DC debut as Adam Smasher. Holy cow! You talk about a character I've always seen in the DC Arrowverse.
Oh yeah,
how cool! Here he is. Aldous Hodge playing Carter Hall, bringing Hawkman to the big screen. First time for this guy seeing it.
Yeah.
I mean, has this ever happened?
No.
This is it. A real Hawkman portrayal. Quintessa Swindell playing Cyclone. I don't know if I'm familiar with that character either. Here we go. And plenty other people. We'll get into these and refer back to the cast as we go. Sam, how did I think you went and saw this at 8:00 last night by yourself. How'd it go?
Yeah.
Other than falling asleep.
It was micro sleeps. It was like
okay,
1 second here, 2 seconds there.
I understand
You're
that.
just recharging the batteries.
I think I got the gist. I think going into it, knew nothing about it. I know not a huge DC guy. Outside of Batman and that area of DC, I don't really go too far outside of that, and so I knew nothing going into this. Like I said, didn't even know Pierce Brosnan was in it. I thought it was just moving really quick when I sat down, and all of a sudden the narrator's just moving. I'm like, what? I don't understand any of these words.
Time to pay attention.
Bad. Yeah. I was like, Colt, stay up. It's a history lesson for a second. 2600 BC.
Okay. All right.
But, I didn't recognize anybody but I think, who's that? Rami? That actor?
Oh, okay. Rami, played by Patrick Sabangul.
I think I recognized him. And then obviously The Rock. But, I just went into it pretty just even. And I was like, let's just see. It was action-packed. I just thought it was moving awfully quick. My theater, number 12 at Marcus. I don't know if the sound was synced well because I was hearing it up front, and then I was hearing the narration by me, and it was pissing me off.
Did you see IMAX?
No, I don't. $14 and it was like $16. Are you think I'm an IMAX guy? No.
I don't know.
No, it was.
You said you had lunch in Frontenac earlier.
Yeah, that's where my money goes.
$5 Tuesdays. You got to learn about that.
Scotty, you saw it yesterday too.
I did. I saw it yesterday. Took the whole family.
Nice.
I don't have a lot of great things to say about this movie.
You're already up. It's already not working.
I went in pretty even, knowing that DC is never really going to meet my expectations on much. And it looked good. I just don't think the writing was there.
You just missing a little bit.
It was a little all over the place for me.
Are you sure your chair just wasn't comfortable enough?
You might be right. I was squirming in the seat a little bit.
No, I always trust Scotty Scoop's judgment. Let's just get into the story, because like I think of the faster we break this down, the faster we're going to tell each other how we feel about it. Because what would you do for a Kondak bar? It's a joke I had in my head all day. And
It
Been
killed.
waiting for that one.
yeah. I mean, that was only a couple hours ago too at dinner. I was like, don't forget that one. Kondak.
2600 BC.
Before pyramids, we're getting into the story, by the way. We're working on that storytelling button, I promise. But man, here we go. Movie opens up. Welcome to Kondak. Before the pyramids, here's an old city that used to do really well, and it's got its problems. What do you know? It's
Searching for Eternium.
another place digging for their own version of gold, but in this case, it's Eternium. What's Eternium? Just a mineral.
Just some sort of magical mineral.
That's really all they give you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, Kondak has slaves, and a couple slaves get extra pissed about this. One of them finds some of this Eternium, and they bring it to their masters, and then what does that happen? Of course, what you think. The master kills them.
Takes it.
Oh, this is tyranny at the top tier, an authoritative place, and one kid, presumably, the star of the movie, decides, like, I'm gonna take this Eternium, and I'm gonna try to rally the people to uprise. This is what year? Do you guys remember? Was it like 2600?
It's 2600 BC.
BC.
Yeah.
And in the situation, the kid is like, I've got the Eternium. I've kind of caused an uproar. The king's gonna kill him, and poof, he's with the wizards that you've met
Yep.
in Shazam.
Shazam.
Everybody remember Shazam?
Yep.
Everybody with us.
2019.
Billy Batson.
This is Billy Batson's story, except now it's this kid from the past, and we're going to give you the power to be like a hero. Now there's the champion.
Yeah. We learn that this is something that happens every so often.
It's just
These wizards just pick some kid,
and
they're like, hey, you want some powers?
And I have questions about it. Like, I have so many questions about, like, who gets the powers, and can only one person have the powers at once, or can, like, multiple people have the powers? And this movie's only going to confuse you on that front. So don't come to this movie looking for answers there. Maybe in Fury of the Gods, which is right around the corner.
Good point.
I think.
March? February?
I think this...
Or did it get pushed back?
I think this movie did a good job. The narration was definitely very much like setting the stage. Here's Kondak. This is the history. Forget everything. You don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because DC has always tried to ground itself in, like, you know who this is. They're cool. Just know they're cool. This was not that because you don't know who it is. But then again, here we go. Flash forward 5,000 years. Kondak is still there. They're under rule again in present day by
The Intergang? Is that what it's called?
the Intergang.
Correct.
What is the Intergang? Did I hear them correctly to say that they were like foreign invaders of...
Yeah,
I don't
just
even-
kinda, they really seem just like mercenaries.
Mercenaries.
But what is this technology they have with, like, their speeder bikes that are, like, straight out of Avengers?
It's got to be the Eternium,
It's
right?
like Avengers and Tron.
Yeah, it's like we can fly, but we can also, like, phase. They got it's like the Eternium, I
Right.
guess, can maybe do this.
Wonderflonium.
And they've heard the story of their champion that, like, one day long ago did this whole thing, got some powers.
It's still a statue.
They show us this flashback, in the beginning of the movie of The Rock being the champion and, like, taking down the castle, right? You will come to find out, though, there are many versions of this story. And you're going to have to, like, go through all of them to get to where the truth is. And, like, the public-facing story is, like, we had a champion, he saved us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, flash forward 5,000 years, we meet one of our protagonists of the story. What's her name?
Adriana?
Adriana?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And she's
Like
played...
some sort of like Tomb Raider, basically.
She's like Tomb Raider. She's got a crew. She's got a funny brother.
Yeah, I got Tomb Raider vibes
Yeah.
immediately.
She's got a... Yeah, Carrie called out a good thing, too. Like, a lot of these movies nowadays, a lot of them have caves. A lot of caves. Well, here's another cave. We need to go there to find the Eternium and the crown of
Steve.
the Demon Crown,
Yeah.
which is
Sabat.
made of like all the 6 demons, and this was what the big king of Kondak made back in the day to get all of his power. This is what The Rock stopped, was this guy that had this crown, and he put a stop to it. I don't know, though, because now we get to the future, and she finds the crown. She's with this group of people. There's the inner gang is infiltrating them. There's like, who's who. There's a who's done it, who's on whose side. You're meeting everybody for the first time. You don't know anybody, and you're getting a lot of backstory. You're getting the mom, Adriana, her son who rides a skateboard, and Kondak.
The brother.
Yeah.
Kondak is like is just pretty much New Jersey. It's just like another city where like people skateboard.
And you have no idea why, when you're watching it, you have no idea why, how the hell the inner gang even find them?
Yes.
It's like they're in this cave and all of a sudden they show up. They don't tell you.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah, they're in there doing their thing, and all of a sudden they're like, "We're here."
Where's Roger? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's, and then like a body falls off the cliff.
Which was
Then get shot? Did he fall and then he shoots him again?
He was like bleeding and coughing, and he fell.
He fell like
this
200
is where
feet, and they shoot him afterward.
This is where you meet one of the bad guys from the get-go. Like that, you just know. Like, I mean, I just knew. I was like, that guy obviously pushed him off the cliff. Now he's inside, and he's like, sorry, he just went out to get some air. I'm definitely not bad.
Claustrophobic.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest cave ever, too.
But I mean, the cave looks pretty cool. The crown is floating is pretty cool. And Adriana finds while she's there, the madness is starting to happen. Like, is this guy with me? Bad. Oh, inner gang's kind of coming in. She finds the tomb of the champion, who we've heard about because of the opening dialogue. And she's like, if I read this thing, he's back. Well, let's save the day.
It was a shot in the dark, really.
Shot in the dark.
She didn't know what was going to happen.
But she can read this stuff perfectly.
Right.
One of my favorite parts is like when they go into the cave and she literally just starts reading the walls like immediately. And she's like, this is the cave where you will learn about like the stuff.
He can read multiple languages, and this dude can't even read one.
Yeah, he's like, what's it say? I was like, I'd be like, it says I have to be alone. And she reads this thing, and this is it. All right, this is the big reveal of the character coming alive. Black Adam to us, the viewers. He doesn't have a name yet, and it's like, who is this guy? We don't really know. All we've seen in this flashback is this kid that like wanted people not to be slaves. But you're like, that's all I really knew about him, though. So, like, what's he actually like? And one of the guys with guns comes up. He's like, show me your hands. What does this guy do? He grabs him by the throat and just burns his bones all the way down to the bones.
Which was pretty cool.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, very much so like, okay, this guy's a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's a killer. But then again, they're all pointing guns at him. And this is pretty good, right? This is where you're like, I could tell The Rock, is in the room, and he's like, if you're going to make me a superhero, I want it to be the coolest parts of a superhero. And I feel like it looked pretty cool, but it was kind of lame that he's just fighting like humans.
Yeah, just regular.
Yeah,
guys.
because it was so easy,
And he kind of looks like the Kryptonians from like Man of Steel, right? He's just kind of zipping around. He's like, I got you. I'll throw you up. I'll punch you down. And I'm like, okay, that looks fine.
Fish in a barrel.
Fish in a barrel.
It had the boys vibe, like that. His superhero has like Homelander vibes.
That was it. And I was like, you know what, though? That's what I was digging about this was like, okay, you don't know what he is. You don't know if it, like, it's like there's this darkness to it. How is Warner Brothers going to play this? And then, after he murders everybody, he's getting ready to fly up and a rock falls down and Adriana's on the ground and it's going to crush her. And he like elbows some lightning and saves her. And like, that's obviously like, okay.
Telltale sign there a little bit.
Okay, he saved you. All right. All right. Well, remember when he saved her? It just seemed really out of character because, like, he didn't
immediately.
He
out
didn't
of
know.
Doesn't know her.
Doesn't
from
know her
Adam.
at all. Exactly. He's just
From Black Adam.
Yeah. Right.
Whoa.
All right. So at this point, what are you thinking of the movie, Scotty?
I'm like, man, this is it's moving a little fast,
Mm-hmm.
and they're kind of expecting me to know some things,
Yes.
and they're not telling me those things, and I'm immediately kind of put off. Like, you're stretching my disbelief pretty far.
Like, in what way?
It's like, man, I don't believe that this guy who just appeared out of nowhere would do the things that he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, you have it's just no connection with any
there's-
character yet.
Anything.
I've gotten no story for anyone,
Yeah.
and we're 15 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I've got,
And he's killing. He's
killing.
fighting.
And then he saves someone, but is there a reason why he did
Mhm.
that? Or is it just random?
Yeah.
Why do I care?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a reason to care. And I didn't get it.
Now, I noticed that they did something interesting with like The Rock that's not very Rock-like. They don't show his face for the first like 5 minutes, and no lines hardly at all for the first 10. And then like even after that,
Throughout the whole movie, he doesn't have a lot of.
yeah, I feel like there was a lot of like we're gonna cut that, or like don't
Stop.
stop, and he's like, but
He's like,
Right.
let me
He's like,
say it. Let me say it.
he's like,
do you
do you
smell?
and they're like, no, we don't need that.
finally, The Rock has come back to Wakanda.
and I think that you have to do that, you know, with this type of character. Like it is The Rock, and like every time you see The Rock, you're like, "There's The Rock again."
It's The Rock.
I
Mhm.
agree.
Those lats are just getting bigger.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the neckline on his suit, I think, like worked its way down to almost his shoulders.
It looked like a swoop, just
Yeah.
a swoop neck.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Yeah.
You know, but the fight scenes look great. It's beautiful. He's taking down tanks and missiles. He's catching missiles. He just somehow gets connected with Adriana and her goofy brother, who like I really thought was DJ Khaled for like the first like 20 minutes.
Another one.
Oh yeah.
And you know, baby, come back.
Baby, come back.
Carrie, at that point, Carrie was like, they really got to watch it with just like putting classic songs in that movie. I was like, exactly, do need to watch that. It's like, who do you think you are, James Gunn? You can't
Right.
just pull this off on Black Adam. And they hit it off right away, right? Like he's like, apparently, I mean, a big thing that they never like bring back a lot is like Eternium hurts
I
Black
was
Adam.
just about to say,
Yeah.
did they not touch on? Do we know that that's why? I mean,
They shoot a missile. He catches
he
it.
looks at it.
He gets messed up.
Yeah.
Literally
But
tries to fly off and then like
Kills
crashes
it with lightning. I don't know how
Yeah.
that works.
A lot like the same thing that he like got hit. It was like,
Yeah, he's bzzz. Oh, I'm good now.
And because he's incapacitated, Adriana can take him back to her house
Yeah.
where her son lives.
Yes.
And his room looks just like this studio.
His room, it is the studio.
Yeah.
And this is, you know, pretty much the first character that Black Adam has like a dialogue with. You know, the kid wakes him up. He's like, hey, listen, you are really powerful. Kondak is under rule again. We've always needed a hero. You're the hero from last time. Be our hero again. And like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess Black Adam's like kind of buying it. And he's like, oh, I need a catchphrase. Okay, I'll do the catchphrase.
Right.
But I'm not going to do anything else.
Yeah. It was a really, really bad take on a fish out of water kind of thing.
Yes. It's like he doesn't know anything because when he got transformed into that god, he was put in the ground pretty like he did one thing. He like saved the city and then like he was locked away and we don't even really know why, you know, at that junction.
Yeah.
So this is the whole idea, right? Like let's see if we can make Black Adam into the hero of Kondak. All right. So then we hear about the Justice Society of America.
We get Amanda Waller. Like,
Go ahead. Yeah, let's jump into
We-
that.
we
This
get-
is- this is the intro.
yeah, we get, what's his name? Carter Hall
Yes.
just talking. And you're like, oh, maybe this guy's the bad guy. And then boom, Amanda Waller pops on the screen.
I thought he was the bad.
Yeah.
I thought he was Intergang.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I was like, oh, he's
Like, oh, okay, here we go. Finally.
No, this
we
is
get a clear-cut villain. Nope.
no
100%
It's a hero.
hero.
hero, and Amanda Waller's like, I don't just do Suicide Squad. I do regular squad.
Right.
Like I do like just heroes too.
Right.
Mhm.
Like, just another thing. 100% out of character.
Let me call the Bobo Justice League real quick.
Right.
What y'all doing?
Yeah.
I fell asleep during that part. I thought she was just in the end of the movie.
Nope.
No, she's in the beginning. And here's the thing. I like this. Okay, I said this too. You know, like I feel like I'm starting to jump on the nitpick bandwagon with this guy, and I gotta watch out because like I had a good time during this movie.
Yeah,
and
You're
one of
getting sucked over.
yeah, I am, and it happens all the time. You know, like whatever happens in here is like happening to all of us.
You're right. It sucks.
It sucks. And that's Twitter, by the way.
Correct.
I am a human Twitter.
I was thinking to myself, this is really cool. And like, I don't care. I don't care where they came from. This ship that Carter, Hawkman, is flying is unbelievable. This is cooler than like anything out of the Avengers. And it felt like a little bit, they were like, we have to make this ship cooler than anything in Avengers. And there was a lot of things,
The
a
detachable head.
lot of parallels that I think that were just kind of like inspiration, you know?
Yeah.
They live at the X-Men's house.
Yeah, I was just gonna say very
Out of the ground. I go,
Very
here's
similar.
X-Men, the fighters in contact. I mean, straight out of Avengers. I thought, you know, let's add some phasing to it. There's some other stuff too. The kid being like Black Adam's friend, like that is just literally Shazam.
Shazam,
Like,
for sure.
you know, there's just Kondak.
If you know the connections, then
Kondak.
it makes sense.
And here's the thing, you know this more than most, right? Like
Right.
comic book is like inspired by comic book. Like it's a genre. You know, you can't like be mad at like another horror movie for using a knife. You know,
Right.
like we all use the same tools, but like Kondak is like Wakanda spelled differently.
yeah. Well, wasn't Black Adam or Shazam a Marvel property?
Original,
No,
right? Wasn't Shazam Mr.
Shazam-
like
he's-
Miss
I thought it
Captain
was
Marvel,
purchased in
Captain
the-
Marvel.
and it was right,
I
wasn't
thought
it?
it was Marvel.
I don't think
back in
so.
the 70s, before the 70s.
Oh man, now
Somebody fact check it.
hey,
Oh God.
use your little
Where's our intern?
Andy.
Andy, we're going to need you to move behind the curtain, please.
Oh,
that
he
behind
just
me.
moved up to the new chair.
I'm upgrading.
I
thought Shazam was like a Marvel property.
I thought there was something there too because it was like Mr.
Intellectual.
Marvel or Captain Marvel. I don't know, something like that.
Because I don't know much about Black Adam, but I thought Shazam was a Marvel thing.
Well,
in
and
the
that
beginning.
that was, you know, coming into this, you're like, how much will they connect it to the Shazam stuff? And I thought that, I mean, it was connected directly. It was like, this is the same wizard that you
Mhm.
literally just saw
Yeah.
in the Fury of the Gods trailer 5 minutes ago. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, you can like watch that trailer and then watch this movie. And Carrie was like,
I was
oh.
up for the trailer.
Jimon
Yeah.
Hanso.
Yeah, you were good then.
That was good.
Jimon Hanso from Lost? That's like Lost, isn't it?
No,
Hanso?
Hanso.
What's that?
That's the Hanso Foundation.
Isn't that less
Alvar Hanso.
from Lost?
God, how do I remember that?
That's impressive. I was like, I heard Hanso and I was like, I'm hearing Lost right now.
Okay, I guess this is true.
Let's hear it. And what's the source?
This is Wikipedia.
Sam,
Okay.
First appeared in the
Sam
debut.
Zeller's Facebook.
First appeared in the debut issue of Fawcett Comics, the Marvel Family comic book, in December 1945. Since DC Comics licensed and acquired Fawcett's characters in the 70s, Black Adam has endured as one of the arch enemies of the superhero Captain Marvel / Shazam in the Marvel family.
Right. And it was like a
They
Yeah.
were just named the Marvels.
I know it might have been just been like a
you're
name.
right. You're right.
It's just
Yeah.
a name thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why they had to name the movie Shazam, because they didn't want to confuse it with
Correct.
the
Okay.
actual
Sure.
Captain Marvel
Thank you,
Okay.
Scott. You're
from
right.
Marvel.
Now
See-
that I clicked on the Captain Marvel in there, it says Captain Marvel in parentheses, DC Comics.
Yes.
Ah.
There you
See,
go.
That's confusing as hell. Come on, guys.
Super confusing.
glad you let the guest run that
I
one.
already
And
got.
the other one's called Marvel, like it's called Marvel and DC. So it's like there's a whole layer of
Yeah,
confusion.
right.
around
I got Man Thing and Swamp Thing already confused earlier when we were talking
See,
about.
that's what I almost.
I was like,
oh,
oh,
I
Man
know-
Thing had a show, and nope, that
Yeah,
was
that
Swamp
was
Thing.
Swamp Thing.
So they definitely, whenever we meet Amanda Waller, they definitely pulled out straight out of the Suicide Squad, like the character introduction things. And they just started introducing Cyclone, Hawkman, Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate.
See, I slept through all of that.
And Dr. Fate, I mean, you have to kind of be a fan to know some of this, but like Dr. Fate he doesn't age as normal as everybody. Hawkman is like forever, as far as I can tell, like doesn't age at all. And they set this up as if like this Justice Society's just been at it for a while.
Oh, yeah. These guys are in their prime.
But they got two new
Basically.
kids, the Atom Smasher and Cyclone, that are like new to the whole game. And like Atom Smasher, I mean, I know that it's like the same as
Mhm.
Ant-Man, right? Ant-Man shrinks and grows, but like the suit was like the same. And then it was also like, I have an uncle that's, you know, it's not like Hank Pym and Scott Lang. It's like, who was the actor? It was the Fonz.
The Fonz,
Yes, it
yeah.
was Arthur Fonzarelli.
And he's the original Atom Smasher.
I didn't realize the Atom Smasher had like a Deadpool mask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like a Deadpool mask. Exactly. But I mean, he looked pretty cool. You know, he grows as tall as a building. Cyclone's powers.
Just spins.
I mean, yeah,
windy.
Dr.
breezy.
Fate.
the costumes.
Dr.
were
Fate
amazing.
was great. A bright spot in
Did
this movie.
Anybody
Yes.
understand what Cyclone was doing with the pipes at that one she was like shooting pipes at
That was so lame.
Black Adam.
Like
and
she was going to try and trap him
and I'm
in
like,
like a
did you
prison of
just
pipes.
see that he just busted through a wall? You
Right.
don't think those pipes are going to do anything?
We just said he's unstoppable. You're throwing pipes at him.
Yeah.
And not even hitting him, trapping him in.
Like, this will really stop him.
Yeah. Oh, you can fly? Don't worry, I'm not going to cage you in the top.
Right.
He's just standing there.
It was
looking
so
at
bizarre.
And I mean, I was okay with it. I was okay with the random Justice League. I think that, like, in a movie like this, they're like, we can't just make it only about The Rock. We need to surround some people in there. And, you know, but again, I think it did okay. It worked all right as far as these, like, you know what I liked about it was Justice Society comes to Kahndaq. Kahndaq is like, we have found our hero.
We don't need you.
We
Get
don't
out of here.
Black Adam is kind of just doing his thing and killing the inner gang. And Justice Society is like, we're here to bring peace. We're going to stop all this. And everybody's like, get out of here.
Right.
We don't need it.
Sounds like Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I mean, it
colonizers.
sounds like
Dude.
any place where like you've never been and you just go. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Moment of silence.
Well, you know, you always
Afghanistan.
pause. Yeah. Just remember,
We all four fell asleep at the same time. Oh no!
Scott's snoring, and I'm just over here snoozing as well.
Great movie.
All right, so the movie is going to head in a direction where, I mean, I'll tell you this. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, you know, and we'll see if we need to back up at all. But I thought the movie was over at one point. Like, it really tricked me.
Yeah.
And it's whenever
Like, well, we're going to put you in this
it's coming to a head. Yeah,
thing here.
we get the tell all.
Yeah.
All right, we get the
Finally get the bookend of the story.
And this is what I liked about that was everybody had an assumption about Black Adam, you know, the fans going to see this movie, but then the people in the movie are also like making assumptions about Black Adam. We've heard your story. We know what you did. And he's like, here's what actually happened. And I'm wondering how much of a mislead this was. Because it turns out he wasn't that little boy. Remember the dad?
No.
Yeah.
Because they didn't show him.
Yeah.
But did they?
Just to kind of like...
I need to go back and watch.
They don't show his face.
They don't
Yeah.
show his face.
Are
He
you
looks
sure?
way
They just
smaller
show-
than The Rock, but
And
that
yeah,
makes
he
sense
was like
because
digitally small.
Pre-power.
Pre-power.
Yeah.
when they showed The Rock like not in Black Adam form,
But didn't he
they
talk?
definitely shrank
He did
him
Shrank
talk.
him down, yeah.
Did he
did
sound
talk.
anything like The
He
Rock?
talked, and I could have sworn they
Kinda.
showed his face, and I could have swore, you know, it was
It
just
was
like,
like
I don't
shadow
think they
the
did.
whole time.
They didn't because I saw this scene and I was like, that's Black Adam there. That's not.
Yeah. Oh,
and
for
I
sure.
knew it immediately.
You
because I was
knew?
like,
In the first scene.
I didn't know.
in-
I was
didn't
like,
know.
I
oh,
thought it was the
that's
kid.
Rock.
in the trailer, he says something about his son. My son was like,
Yeah.
in the trailer, the very first part of the trailer, he said, I think the words are "my son," and it
Yeah.
explains
And he's,
what
you
happened.
see him, he's like
So-
holding him. He's like,
See, I didn't watch it.
"Ah."
Didn't watch the trailer.
How? Yeah, maybe you don't watch. Maybe you don't watch. Trailer,
I don't
But
wa-
also, maybe if you're gonna make a trailer, don't have it
that.
be so
Well,
like bluntly like ruining things. in
so
movie.
the real story is, I'm the dad. The kid did everything that happened to the kid did happen, right? He takes the Eternium. He does get the powers. He becomes the champion. While he's the champion, outdoing champion, like being the hero back in 2600 BC, his mom is killed by the local tyrants, and then like his dad is dying, The Rock. And the champion comes home. He's like, oh no, my mom's dead. My dad's dying. Before you die, you take these powers.
He was
I'm gonna
dying
give
because
you
they
the
attacked him,
powers.
right?
Yes, exactly. But like,
Because they knew they couldn't hurt him.
I don't know how you just don't get those powers and just like go grab your family and like go put them somewhere.
Fly him away.
But they don't.
It's 2600 BC.
And he gives him the powers. The moment he gives The Rock the powers to like heal him, because like his dad was dying, an arrow goes in the
Yeah,
kid's
takes-
chest and he
takes
dies.
an arrow to the chest.
And Black Adam is born, and
Because the whole movie, he's not even Black Adam. They call him Taff.
Taff.
Taff
Adam.
Adam,
Which I thought the entire movie was Ted. I go, this is so
Ted
bizarre.
Adam.
It's
Ted
26.
Adam.
It's
See, first name?
2600 BC, and this guy's name is Ted.
this here comes Ted.
Theodore Adam.
And I'm like, what did I sign up for?
Here
What
co-
is this?
Here comes
Ted?
Teddy Adam.
I was so confused. I was like, Ted, okay. Anyway, go on.
And this realization, you know, this truth allows current present day Black Adam to tell Carter, Hawkman, he's like, listen, you were right. All right. Because like they've all been going against each other. It's all been about like, is Black Adam a bad guy, a good guy, an anti-hero? He kills, but he seems like he has a conscience, like he can like really a conscience. He can really think about like what he does, but he still is a murderer. This is the whole thing, right? This is the whole movie. Well, he tells Carter, he's like, listen, I have never deserved these powers. I'm not the hero. Go ahead and put me away and make sure I never say it again. So they take him back to Amanda Waller, some Argus base. Who's there?
Probably a lot of other villains that we don't know yet.
Jennifer Holland
That
from
too.
Peacemaker.
Yeah, that's
Peacemaker.
You got the
Yes.
Peacemaker squad. So like they're definitely like, we're going to be connecting to the James Gunn stuff.
I guess her and Amanda made up now
Right, since the show.
since Peacemaker. I guess we don't know when this took place.
That is
also.
a great point.
Another great
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
Great point.
Doesn't really matter right now.
She
but
got effed up though, and then I forget how that show ended.
I didn't finish it.
Oh,
What?
I know. I
Whoa.
just fell off the radar for
it's
me.
so
Sleep.
good.
I mean,
Dude, that
the
finale.
intro actually got me every time. I
That
don't know
finale,
why.
though.
That goofy ass intro.
Do you really want to taste it?
I just had that song in my head too. Man.
Shout out Katie Goodrich, artist, has been on the show before, and shout out to I forget her name,
Katasaurus.
Katasaurus, whoever wrote the choreography for the show. Her name's Chelsea something, I think. But man, what a dance!
Yeah.
I don't know why. So goofy. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they take him to this Argus camp. They load him into the tank. They're like, we're gonna cryogenically do your thing. We're gonna put you in water. Here's a mask. You can't say it anymore. He says the words like Shazam becomes like that frail little old man that with the CGI rock on him, like rock face, like. It looks like Benjamin Button
Yeah.
gone wrong,
Yeah.
Melon on a toothpick.
Yeah, just like, and like still pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Turns from the rock into the pebble.
He turned into from the rock into me. Like, just like, like, oh, it's so sad and frail. I'm like, I've been working on
I'm
it.
a regular guy.
Dude.
And this was, Andy, to your point, locks it up. It kind of gives this red color, and the camera zooms out, and there are 100 of these like other people that are just like frozen up. What's going on here, Argus?
They're all
Could be anything.
Shazam people, I would imagine. This literally happened in every city.
All right, so the plan now is Black Adam's locked up. It's the Justice Society, and we got bad news. The bad guy, uncle/friend that was friends with Adriana from the very beginning that we were like, we knew he was bad, right? He pushed the guy off the rocks. He kidnapped the kid.
When they took the crown, he checked the case and it wasn't in there. And you
Yes.
could tell there was some sort of disappointment on his face.
Yes. And he's moving forward with his plan. He gets the kid. He gets everybody to the same place at the same time. Has some fancy shield that like not even Black
Some
Adam
sort
can
of
break.
Eternium shield, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And
With a little fob. You talking about the little clicker?
and this is what leads him to lock himself away, right? Black Adam, he gets close enough to save the kid from the bullet that the guy had, but this is his problem, right? His power comes from rage. So his problem is he always gets too mad and he blows it up.
Blows up, yeah.
Which originally, when you're just watching it, you're like me. You just wake up from a little micro nap, and you're like, "Why the hell did Ishmael click the button and let him in?"
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, "What the hell? That was stupid."
Like, how'd he get
But
in
I
there?
should have seen. It's in the
Ah.
tagline.
You'll be watching this movie on HBO Max in 45 days. I
Yeah,
bet.
Power born
I'll
from
fill it in the
rage.
blanks.
I get like, "What the hell?"
So this is what makes him he blows everybody up and like people get hurt, and this is what makes him like lock himself up. But the guy's dead and everybody's feeling okay, but you guys remember the poem they were reading the whole time?
Yeah.
Through
Like our lady
living
who was
life makes you die.
super
Mhm.
good at reading those
Yeah.
hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Flip
ones
it
that were
upside
like,
down, you
death
idiots.
is at the end of your life.
Like, oh crap, I
No
forgot
way.
that this is right side up with these.
Oh, it's the crown's upside down.
Oh man, and if you just turned it upside down and then you invert this letter and change this
Okay,
letter, and it was
okay.
like going bleep, bleep,
Now
bleep, bleep.
listen, again, gotta watch it. This guy, my tone is like, I'm
It's-
shitting on this movie
I
right
know.
now.
It is.
Like he might listen to this like, this guy hates this movie. I didn't. And this is one of my favorite parts of this movie. We go to hell
Yeah.
and we see the devil, like the real devil. Like I hadn't seen a devil in hell like that. I don't even know when.
Since the
Yeah.
Pick of Destiny.
Or Pick of Destiny, South Park, like
Oh, yes.
something like.
Mephisto.
I mean,
Rip.
Yeah.
we haven't seen it, Mephisto yet.
I know. I was just joking.
Another classic Andy joke. God,
I know. They're so funny. No one laughed.
The giggler.
The
So
giggler.
funny. No one laughed.
Was that a riddle?
All right, Andy, what'd you think of Hell?
I didn't even.
It looks real dry.
Yeah.
I was like this. I was like,
Huh?
oh my
Don't want to
God.
go there.
And the devil's there, and he's like, you made it here. The guy that made the whole plan, right? He made it. He's down in hell, and he's like smiling. He's like, I did it. And he's like, the devil's like, here, I'm gonna give you this power. You go up there, do the whole thing, and you're pretty much like devil incarnate up there.
Yeah.
You got devil horns. You're gonna have he goes back up there. He's got devil horns, big body. He's pretty tough.
Yeah.
He's a demon at this point.
But like not like insanely tough. Like Hawkman can like still punch him. You know, Cyclone's still throwing pipes at him.
Wind.
Just lots of
Yeah, a lot of
That's-
wind.
Yeah.
yeah. I
One
think
trick pony. That's
Tornadoes.
just colorful and weird. You know, and like Adam Smasher was okay. He like does his thing. He's getting some punches in, and Dr. Fate. I mean, a lot of storylines intertwined in here, but like a vision of like Hawkman dying, like doesn't have to happen now. I found another way, and he blocks them all out, and like he's fighting the devil guy, Dr. Fate. And as he's doing this, he gives like a monologue to Black Adam, like in his head, and he's like, "I know you can hear me. You're not done yet. The battle your son started, you need to finish it. We need you. We need you, Black Adam." And he's like, and he
did
I don't even.
Someone open this Bacta tank and let me out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought
And
too.
he
Yeah.
opens the tank, and
That's all it took.
not only that, but he's like fighting the guys off
As like the weak.
the weak man. That's not Black Adam, but
Right.
like
He's
still
got-
pretty tough.
Ninja moves all of a sudden.
And he's got the thing on, and he's like, I'm gonna swim to the top, and the fight's going on, and Dr. Fate eats it.
Yeah.
He
You're gonna introduce this character in one movie, and then that's it. He's dead.
It still hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we skipped the whole part where
Go ahead.
Dr. Fate's like, I know how you're gonna die to
Yeah, you're right. Hawkman.
Hawkman.
And I like
Yeah.
that part too, because
Yeah.
Hawkman kind of goes like, he's like, doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what.
That's what we do.
Comes with the job.
Yeah.
He's like, I ain't scared of dying. He's like, I know you're not. That's why I didn't tell you. And I liked it. I was there. I
I
was
did
like,
too.
this is, I feel it.
I felt
Yeah.
he honestly maybe one of the best character costumes I've seen in any superhero movie.
Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
God, that was so cool.
Like just like
And Hawkman. I thought Hawkman
yes.
was good.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you made a Birdman look that cool. Props. Costumes were probably the best part of the movie for me, but
well, Dr. Fate eats it. Hawkman gets a hold of the helmet. He can do some stuff with it already. Does like multiple Hawkmans on top of the devil guy. Devil guy's getting tougher. And Black Adam shows up. And thank God, because basically this guy's tough enough that like Hawkman can hold his own. But like also Hawkman's not like willing to kill. And so Black Adam's the perfect thing. Okay, let's all team up on him. Get a hold of his horns. All right, now focus your power, he tells him. Black Adam's like, okay, don't blow this.
Literally, don't kill everyone.
Don't blow up
Kondak.
Kondak.
One job.
yeah, one rule.
And he doesn't. He fries him, he takes him up, and he splits him right in two. What'd you think of that kill?
In tween.
What'd you think?
That was pretty cool.
Fatality.
Finish him.
And Black Adam wins. Justice Society does their own thing.
They're buddies now, sort of.
They're kind of buddies. Yeah. They like talk at
Sort
the
of
end.
redemption.
And now it's left with Adriana, the kid. They're in Kondak. They're like, you could rule. And he's like, this big drawn out thing.
Yeah, I'll sit in this.
I'll sit in the
chair,
throne.
which is an iconic piece of artwork
Oh, really?
from the comic books.
Well,
Him
not,
sitting in the
Yeah.
throne. That's classic comic book.
Yeah, I've seen
Not
that
for
pose.
long.
The Rock.
Oh,
in
yeah,
that-
not for
the
long.
Rock in that pose
Yeah.
many times for sure.
not
in
for
the
long
Saga.
at all. He flies up, smashes it, and he's like, I'll be a protector instead.
Yeah.
I'm going to protect this place. I'm not going to rule this place. Amanda Waller calls him. Does the one thing this guy hates. You know what he hates more than anything? Don't tell him he can't, like, do something.
Mhm.
He's he's like John Locke,
Yeah.
you know? Don't tell him what he can't do. Because she says, all right, you can't leave Kondak now. You stay there. And
Like
he's
you've
like,
chosen to not be in prison, but now Kondak is your
It's your
prison.
prison. Yeah.
like, all you had to do was nothing.
Right.
He would have just
He would
been
have stayed
fine.
there anyway.
He would have. And we're getting to the big part here already. I mean, this is the end credit scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
Credits roll.
Credits roll.
Don't tell me what I can't do. It's
And
like, hey,
I know other
you,
people.
you need me to call in the big guns.
Yep.
I can call them.
And he goes, okay, fine, send them.
Yeah, he first said no one on Earth can.
She's like, I know people off Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Down floats a little cape.
You might even hear a sonic boom or something
Like right before.
right before.
And then
Out of the smoke.
I got chills. I did.
I just got chills again.
Christopher Reeves.
Brought back
Out
to
of
life
the
with the
dust.
CGI technology.
Out of the
Reeves'
dust.
They've done the same technology as Hamill and
We spent $200 million on bringing Christopher Reeves back.
people are gonna lose their minds.
Would you have been disappointed if it was Brandon Routh?
No. I think he's a great Superman.
I think he was too.
I think he would absolutely do it. They need to make him. They did a good job in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. They made him like a badass
Yeah.
and like a scorned guy. You know, that's kind of the trick with Superman. I think.
Good point. Oh man.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill's back.
Henry.
Yep.
Officially announced today.
Today.
Yeah, I put it on my story like almost like, am I doing this too soon? Like, but I was like,
I know. I was
if you don't know how to avoid spoilers, just you got to figure it out.
I wanted to send that to some friends, but I was like, wait, if they haven't seen the movie yet, they could connect dots. But they're probably listening right now. Like all of our friends are like, oh yeah,
This was a spoiler
Sam's
shared
on?
by The Rock
Sam's on.
Yeah, and it was
a week and a half ago.
It
Correct.
was, and he's been teasing the fight between them
Yeah.
two, and like it's so much. And like, how many times did he like f up a Superman emblem in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He burned up his face in the poster.
At
He
least
punched through another
two.
poster
Yeah.
at
At least
minimum.
two.
I mean, at least two. I think there was a couple more they snuck in there. But he's back. Here we go. You know, these are the two. I mean, The Rock looking at Superman. I'm sure The Rock's like, I did it. I got them. I got these mother effers to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but like I was there for it. I was there for that part at least. I mean, Black Adam. We didn't talk about this. He's got the cape. He's got a cape on.
Yeah.
Like that was a big move.
I thought it delivered for a cutscene, or an end of credit scene.
Oh
I
my
thought
God.
it delivered.
For
mean,
sure. It was,
that was
probably one of
the
the best scenes
yeah.
in the movie.
Best ones. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Best, one of the best
Sadly.
credit scenes in years.
It's probably the best scene in the movie.
I
for
mean,
sure.
if you guys would have watched DC League of Super Pets, you probably could have predicted this.
absolutely, yeah, the
Oh yeah.
end credit scene
I
for sure.
forgot.
Check it out. Is that Black Adam story?
That's it.
That's Ted Adam. That's Ted Adam right there.
Ted. Old Teddy.
All right, I think we got that through that pretty quick. It was really fun, action packed, super like brand new, fresh movie, all over the place. I want to give some thoughts on it. Let's jump around a little bit. Let's go to you, Scotty. You got problems with this movie?
Man, it was just DC. It was DC for me.
Yeah,
All over the place.
yeah.
You can tell they don't have anyone at their helm. I think they kind of let The Rock maybe run this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of dictated, like, I just want action. And it was a Rock action movie, which is fine. but I was missing some substance.
Mm-hmm.
It looked really good. All the actors, I think, were cast well. There was some, I don't know why we needed Cyclone or Atom Smasher there for anything, really. They could have rounded out the Justice Society with some other characters. I mean, it was just okay.
Mm-hmm.
I could have used... They could have reined it in maybe 20 minutes and cut some of this. Made it make a little more sense.
Yeah.
Shorter. I felt like it was short, but
2 hours, man.
it felt well when you sleep through
Yeah,
30
true.
minutes of it.
It was moving for you.
Yeah, I was like, shit, did
Oh my
I miss
God,
the
it's
movie? When he went to prison, I was like,
Oh, shit, it's over.
wow, I napped through a lot more than I thought.
Whenever they were putting him in the tank, I was like, yeah, this is ending. I was like, this
Yeah.
is wrapping up. This will be like a story for another day. I was like, so like really good mislead on that part.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think as it wrapped up and you were leaving the theater?
Well, like I said earlier, I didn't get a connection to any of these characters. So like I said, why do I care? And I still felt like at the end, why do I care? But the Superman, like I said, I knew nothing going into it. So that Superman little tidbit at the end kind of brought me back in. But it just felt like a lot. They tried to bring us up to speed in such a short amount of time in the beginning. And then I felt like kind of nothing happened but fighting
Yeah.
for the next hour and a half.
Yeah, a lot of fighting for like a lot of times like no, not any reason. Just
Yeah.
like fighting for fighting's sake.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Which is, when you're looking at the CGI and all that, it's cool. I mean, when he burned that guy to a crisp, I was like, that was neat.
Yeah.
You don't see that in Marvel movies, but so I don't know. It was so for me.
Okay. Giggler?
Definitely, probably my top tier of DC movies.
Yeah.
Just like it had everything that I really would want in this type of movie. Like the visuals were insane. I feel like everyone is like focusing so much on CGI like now, and that kind of makes me just pay more attention to it. And I think they did incredible in this. Like,
I don't know where that came from.
well, I will see you guys later.
Time's
That's
up.
my cue.
That's enough, Randy.
Meatloaf's done.
I don't know where that came from.
I've
Keep
reached
going.
my word count of the
We're
day.
not actually. I guess that was like the preset time for this one, but who cares? Keep going.
No, all good. But like exactly like I said earlier, like Hawkman, what an amazing costume that is. Like as well as Dr. Fate. I did not see that coming. And The Rock, like he is not a person that I go see movies for The Rock. Like, but and like you said, they kind of like dumbed him down a little bit. But I think that actually probably was for the better. Like he's not a tremendous actor or anything really. It's just he does what he does and he does it really well. Like I think, but I prefer his like funny movies like the other guys way more than things like this. But in the end, I think he's kind of perfect for this role. And he did a really good job of what was given to him. But
There was no Scorpion King.
we'll see where he goes. Where he goes
There's
with,
no crypto.
with Henry next. But honestly, that credit scene, just that feeling in a theater, like it was amazing. Like the first comment I said to you guys, like great theater experience, and it was solely because of like people clapping after that and like people standing up. I was like, this is why I watch these things.
Yeah, I'm gonna
For moments just like that.
I'm gonna piggyback on yours. Carrie and I had a legit great time at this movie, and I same thing as always. Go in level set, but like that is different for a DC movie than an MCU movie, because with an MCU movie, you do go in. If you're a fan of the MCU, you go in with like a lot kind of in mind. And this is like, you almost like are just trying to forget everything you've seen. And you kind of like, I kind of think about like the Snyder Cut, and I'm like, that was really good. You know, maybe they'll kind of like follow down that a little bit. And like, I did feel like that. I felt like the tone was darker. It was edgier. I think that this movie tried to be absolutely, totally 100% different from anything that DC has done so far. But they also said, let's pull some things that have worked. And it was, I'm okay to play that comic book game, you know, of like inspiration from other titles coming into your film or your or your TV show or whatever. I'm okay with that. But I shouldn't notice, I don't think, too much as like a fan of a watcher of these things. And there were many things that I was like along the way thinking like, okay, Kahndaq is not the same as Wakanda. Like Wakanda is they're an indigenous people that have been around forever, but that people don't know have a hidden technology from another world that came many years ago. And because of that, they have new technology, and they're kind of like this cool threat. Kahndaq was cool to me because it was before any history, and it was like before anything else. Earth, it was on Earth, because Earth has been around like millions of years. So I love that. Like, yeah, like there's a lot of Earth history that we never like tap into, you know? This is a cool way of like, here's this city. But man, it was hard not to feel like we are going to pull out this random fictional city that you don't know and like have a hero rise up from the middle of that, you know? And it was just hard not to compare. Same with the Avenger-looking speeders. The same with the Ant-Man and Atom Smasher combination. The same thing with like the Kid and Billy Batson, like feeling the similarities to Shazam. And I did feel a lot of like the, you know, not quite not knowing what to do with like the character. Like you felt like they were trying to guide him through like he's 5,000 years old, so he doesn't know anything. And it almost kind of went off the rails a little bit. There was like, it was so much so that like he doesn't have any personality. But like I was also like trying to live in that too of like, this is just like kind of a guy. You know, he's not really, he isn't a hero. He's literally just like a dad and like got these powers and like he only did one thing. So I had a good time, you know. It was fun. The CGI looked just fine. I was cool going into a DC movie that just kind of actually flowed. You know, I didn't care. I wasn't beating down too much on the aspects of the story that might be like, what? Because I was like, you know what? All of it's what. So, like, if all of it's kind of what's going on, it was kind of null. Like, I was just kind of excited to see, like, a darker hero, anti-hero super being that you just don't know what they're going to do. And that was kind of what they were. So, it was fine. It was good. Had a good time. Let's go ahead and get into some roundtable ratings before we wrap this thing up. Giggler.
3.4 out of 4.
Sam.
3-1.
Scotty.
2.5.
Harsh.
Scott's just trying to repay me for my werewolf rating.
Yeah, you guys are just
In your face, giggles.
Evened out.
That's why I love this show, though. It's opposite ends. I'm going to go 3.3. All right, what do we think this means for DC? Superman is back. Black Adam will be back. Justice Society, we got some planted seeds. You got some Suicide Squad. Scotty, what do you want to see out of this movie back again in your life one day?
What I really don't want to see is Superman v Black Adam as their next like flagship title.
Yeah, that's such a DC Warner Brothers thing to do.
That's exactly what they would do. I need some world building. I need some like Walter Hamada quit.
Yes, he's out.
So
he's
done.
gone.
There's no one leading this brigade. There's no one at the flagship saying this is what we're doing. This is the direction we're going. Just at this point, I'm happy with just release whatever movies you got. Give them to me. I mean, this was fine. It was The Rock standard disaster porn. Blow stuff up, smash things.
Now, and this is where I'll play the other side of that is I did feel that in this movie, I could feel that The Rock produced, you know? But like The Rock is a producer and he does know like what people are into, but sometimes when like that's what you feel, like that's where the story falls short.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the writing falls short. You're like, okay, I'm having fun and the things I'm wanting to see are happening, but I do agree with you that, you know, the more I reflect back on like the writing's just not there, but like then again, like this is Black Adam. You know, like the Shazam movies to me are like just okay. Like they're good, they're easy, they're lighthearted, they're campy. And this was different than that. And it did take harder looks at like, and it was asking like tough questions that made it like, you know, like, where you're like, what is good? What is bad? And who is right? Like, what is right? Like, and all these people saying like, you're doing this wrong. And it's like, well, who are you to say I'm doing something wrong? Like, I love that,
Yeah.
you know? But at the same time, I did agree. Like, it was still The Rock, you know, in that suit, just, you know, kind of being The Rock.
Yeah.
Sam, final thoughts. Black Adam.
I'm going to piggyback off that. I just feel like every DC movie I watch, I don't know if there's an identity. Like, I can't figure out an identity. Like, when Marvel's bad, or people talk shit on Marvel, or, oh, another Marvel movie doing what Marvel does, at least it's an identity.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what and maybe that's good sometimes. I have no idea what to think of a DC movie. They're all over the place. What are they dark? Are they, you know, where's the writing? I don't know. I just can't get really immersed in the DC universe. And I felt this exact same way with this movie.
Yeah. Just disjointed, disconnected, just off on its own. Andy.
I just think, are we going to say in a few years that The Rock saved the DCU? Because I have heard that he's the primary reason that got Henry to come back. And that makes sense because for months leading up to this movie, they've led up to the potential of this happening. And I feel like they have shown that they're buddies off screen. So maybe in a few years ago or a few months ago when all the shift happened with everything getting canceled and all that, we were wondering why. And in the back of my mind, I was always like, something is going to come out soon that's going to explain why this is happening. And that's just my opinion, that I think they got Henry and maybe Ben Affleck to come back. I don't even know if Ben Affleck was really leaving or not to begin with. I know Henry was, but they're back now. And I think that they're just going to kind of proceed, say bye to the Snyder Cut, kind of go off from there. I think they can.
Can you?
I think they
Yeah,
can.
When
and
you're
like,
bringing the same actors back, can you really divorce yourself from the Snyder Cut? Like I saw that as getting rid of everyone as a clean break and a clean slate. Like if you're bringing these same guys back and you're doing the same thing over again.
Yeah, I don't even think it's not like we're going to get like a leave off of Justice League 2 or it's going to go right from where that ended. I think it's just
he's got to start
like,
something.
all right,
Right.
let's just start where we were, like start somewhere. Yeah, start fresh.
Yeah, maybe with Man of Steel 2.
I agree. I don't want to see them fight in the next movie. I think it'll be something leading up to that. But
The Rock is good at knowing, or at least listening to the people, to the audience. I mean, it's kind of like his wrestling days. He was in tune with what people wanted.
Yeah,
and I feel like
he might be honing in
and kind of changing it up at DC. I don't know if it's going to be for the better, but
yeah, no, I'm not saying that he's saving it. Like this movie was so good, it's what's saving. I'm saying like him being like, all right,
his involvement.
Henry, I'm going to make this movie good. You're going to come back. We're going to do this for the fans, and we're going to fight it out in a movie in a few years. Like put the suit on a few more times, maybe one. I saw a rumor that it was only a 1-movie deal, but I doubt that.
See, and like that's why I think that, like, you know, we're called mostly superheroes. Like we know this stuff. We're DC fans, you know. So like, do you watch this movie with like, because it has that DC title tag on it, so like it doesn't come with all the baggage, you know, that DC is not this like really great connected universe, because like that's what I tried to like separate myself from, was like, let me just go watch this movie. And that's why I had fun, because I was like, if I didn't know anything else and I was just watching like this Black Adam movie, I was like, this is really, really cool. I was like, this is like action and like a unique like history with like, it is all a little bit shallow, you know, like where you're like, what is Eternium? Like, and now I'm like mind effing myself, where I'm like, what was it? Like, where did it come from?
But yeah,
you can look it up to find
all
out
these
where
questions.
it's from.
That's the thing. You're like, oh man, was this good because it was apart from everything?
Yeah.
And then Superman shows up at the end with his baggage.
Yeah.
Like he is the baggage.
He's the baggage of like, don't forget.
Don't forget, all this other stuff still exists that we have tried to distance ourselves from in the past 9 months.
Yeah, and it's just DC and Warner Brothers just once again. You
I mean,
know.
it's like, if you're just going to go all fan service, that's fine. I'm here for it. I'm going to watch every movie.
Yeah.
But is this really what you want to start fresh?
Yeah, and I think DC League of Super Pets That's your first
That was
movie.
it. That was the jumping off point right
That's
there.
your multiverse.
I gotta watch this.
It's a you could definitely like multiverse it too, where you'd be like, okay, that was one universe, and now we'll just over here. All right, man. I love it. Because it's just tearing everybody. Like, no one knows still. Like, everyone, this is so fresh. It just came out this weekend. We're still processing it. More to come from what's going to happen with Black Adam, with DC. The Man of Steel is back. Henry Cavill is coming back for sure. He just announced it today. And, I mean, we'll watch him. You know,
The Flash is still coming.
The
I
Flash
assume.
is coming. I've heard maybe some recasting options for Ezra Miller. You know, who knows? That movie's
got,
coming out eventually.
Shazam 2.
Fury of the Gods is coming out early next
March.
year. March. This will probably tie in there. You're definitely going to get Black Adam in that movie.
I mean, I feel like maybe that's why it was delayed. Because these two characters are so intertwined.
Exactly. Like the fact that he wasn't introduced in Shazam was like ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
All right, guys. Black Adam. Let's see here. No, nothing there. Let's get into coming up. Woo! A packed one today, folks.
Woo.
Really
Wowza.
big. Sam, hope we didn't keep you from your family too long tonight.
No, kids sleeping. Wife's probably in bed. So
It's a Monday. You're just gonna roll
We're
in.
all three sleeping.
Just roll in like just sauced.
yeah, sauced. I took a few micro naps during this podcast. I was like, what did I miss?
During the same parts of the movie.
Yeah, didn't even notice.
Yeah. We told Sam the whole story for the first time actually today.
Amanda Waller. What?
Disney
Wait,
What?
what? That's what happened? Well, switching up the universe is totally November 11th, right around the corner. The next feature, the next one for the meat in Mostly Superheroes, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2 is finally coming to theaters. Who is ready?
I am so ready for this.
Andy's raising his
Yep.
hand. Yes.
I'm in.
The trailer has got me chills. It's got me crying. And I've got, we're getting to meet, Namor?
Yep.
Namor, yeah.
We're meeting a whole different crew of people. There's going to be a war coming. And, I mean, the elephant in the room, Chadwick Boseman, man. How are they going to handle this death in the MCU and introduce a new Black Panther for presumably the future, here for a long time. Cannot wait. Get ready. November 11th. Mark your calendars. Go see the movie and then come sit down and nerd out with us. Speaking of coming up, we finally got our lives together. I finally sat down and I got the schedule all the way through from now until the end of 2023. 20 sick episodes just to blurt out some titles that you can get ready for. Wakanda Forever, obviously. Avatar 2 this December. We'll have our classic best of episode at the end of the year. Getting into 2023, Blade 2, Ant-Man 3, Quantumania, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Blade Trinity, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Echo, Spider-Man Across the Universe, Secret Invasion, The Marvels, Loki, D23 Expo again, Kraven the Hunter, we'll see, Ironheart, the Halloween special from us, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, Captain America, New World Order, taking us all the way through the end of the year through phase. Is that 4 or 5? That's 5.
That's 5, yeah.
Yep. Phase 5 begins.
Are
With
you
Ant-Man.
guys ready to be busy?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
All these, and a lot more. We can't wait. So mark your calendars. We'll be putting this out on our social media. Go check it out. Plenty of ways to support the show out there. You can do it on Patreon. We have folks listening out there on our website, our mostly members. You can do it for as little as $1 a month. Go to mostlysuperheroes.com/support. And you can also wear the show. Go to mostlysuperheroes.com/merch, where we are announcing a brand new line for holiday merch just in time for the holidays. Get ready. It's not up on the screen right now for us here live. Maybe I'll put it in at post. So maybe when you're watching it, go ahead and look up there. Either way, when this episode drops, go to mostlysuperheroes.com/merch. Watch our social media. Let's just say this. If you didn't have a Christmas sweater, you got one now.
Uh-oh.
All right.
And we're probably going to have a couple options too. Literally being designed as we speak. I got a glimpse at the prototype earlier from our creative president, Miss Carrie Clark. And I got to tell you guys, you're in for a real treat. You excited?
I cannot wait.
Did
I
you just
love-
decide
I
your
love
birthday
Christmas.
gifts for everybody?
Yes. Christmas gifts, everything. Yeah. People will be getting those year round.
Well, here we go. Perfect. Go wear the show, support the show. We appreciate it. Go see how we're talking about music events and giving back. Going to be doing a lot more events in person. Hopefully some more partnerships with Team Jakey.
That would be awesome.
Some more gift baskets, some more giveaways. We should do some other collaborations too. Maybe we do like a unique event too. We could do something new. You could have multiple events
Yeah.
is what I'm thinking.
We like to give.
We like to give. Part of the mission.
Bunch of givers.
Yes.
That's it. All right, guys. Patreon, check it out. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere. MostlySuperheroes.com is honestly where you want to be. Let's do a final round table of sign-offs from the crew. I want to start with you, Mr. Giggler. How'd it go today? And give the fans a goodbye.
Oh, my God. Thank you all for listening for this 7-hour episode.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was great to have Sam and Team Jakey here, most importantly.
Thanks for
That
having me. Was this a... Did we set a record on
it's
time?
It's a special.
It's definitely
it's
a
like a
longer
special event. It's like the end game of mostly superheroes right now.
It feels like it. So we approach the end of the year. The holidays are happening. Lots happening, and we're closing it out. And it's awesome to have you here during this time, Sam. Did you have a good time?
Oh, I had an excellent time. Not a problem staying late. This was fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know we did keep you longer. I told Kara, I was like, I'm looking at the episodes of what you watch, and I was like, we got like 3 timers that are over 8 minutes. So we're just gonna get into it.
I enjoyed it.
Want to plug where you're at online? Team Jakey online.
Team Jakey, get us on our Facebook. I don't remember it offhand. It's kind of long, but
Yeah, just go to Facebook
Go to
and search Team
Jakey. That'll do it.
Jakey.
and then we got a newsletter. So reach out on Facebook, and we can get you signed up on that newsletter for those that aren't social media fans.
Perfect. I love that. Scotty Scoop, what you got?
It was a good time. Real good time. Not a whole lot going on over here. Very important date coming up, November 8th.
And
Vote.
Everyone
go vote.
November 8th.
November 8th.
It's got to be a Tuesday.
That is a Tuesday for sure.
Time to vote.
Yes.
And if it was up to you, don't go see Black Adam.
Go see the movie. It was okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not $80 worth of okay.
Yeah, you got a family.
Because I took a family of 5
Wait until it's
to
on.
the super screen.
All that considered, what was a 70 million, or so opening
67,
day?
Yeah, 70 million.
It's okay. But a lot of people are waiting for
this
HBO.
Is not, yeah. I think this is going to fall off hard next week. And especially when
How's that?
Wakanda Forever comes out.
Oh yeah.
They have like a $500 million marketing budget on this thing, or
I mean, and how long it's been delayed and how long they've been promoting it. Like, I'd love to see how much they actually spent to get it out.
Cost, yeah.
All right, guys, thanks so much for coming. It's been so much fun nerding out with you three and with you, listener. Without you guys, we'd just be talking to ourselves. We appreciate you showing up for Mostly Superheroes. We're giving back. We're having events, and we're talking about stories. We want to see you at mostlysuperheroes.com. Give us a call. Join us on social media, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.